Good afternoon, everyone, through HSV7 in Melbourne, and we hope you're going to be screaming for your team over there today on a perfect day for football here in Western Australia. Subiaco Oval absolutely jam-packed for this clash between Victorian and West Australian teams, led by two of the most astute coaches in the business in John Todd and Alan Jeans. Our special comments men throughout the game have got a wealth of experience behind them. One of them you saw, of course, playing for Richmond in 1974, Malcolm Brown.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here, and I don't think I've ever known such fever pitch attitude by West Australians. They genuinely believe that they're going to win, and they're going to make certain that they impose themselves on the Victorians, and I think it's going to be a great performance by WA.
And last year the man who captained Western Australia won the Tassie medal and was the All-Australian captain, Stephen Michael. Stephen?
Yes, Peter, the crowd's very big here today, and I think to take a sickie off today to come and see the WA players do their best out here. It's very top sides to both the young sides out here, and they're going to have a very good match today, Peter.
And former WA selector and now working with Channel 7 in the world of football, Ken McCauley. Noddy?
Well, Peter, I believe that with John Todd, again, as the successful coach from last year, and the fact that he's got a very versatile side, similar to last year's side, I believe that they'll be too strong for the Victorians.
OK, well, we're all geared up and we're just about all set to go. We'll take this break and come back with all the action called by John Rogers and Bob Miller.
Okay, where are we? Talk back.
Who are the reserves here?
Magnificent afternoon here at
Ellis is mate.
Yeah, I told you Ellis is out.
You right, John?
Yeah. Okay. No worries. Okay, magnificent afternoon here at Subiaco Oval. Western Australia looking fit, so too are Victoria. Could I have a little bit more sound in my own cans? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
They're pretty light at the cans.
We need a bit more noise in the cans.
Bob Miller on number 3. Is that okay? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, Jerry? Right.
Everyone here, everyone okay? Brownie?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand by now for the Australian National Anthem?
You can always rely on the Queen.
I can't hear through the cans. You talking, John? No, it's this one.
Turned up a bit.
There it is. That's it. That's it.
Harry.
To our viewers in Melbourne through HSV7, as you were told a little earlier, a magnificent afternoon here in Perth. There's the first bounce of the ball. More into the air. Thumped on further afield that time by Tuck. Western Australia into attack. Morris Rioli caught. It's going to be precious stuff here in the opening couple of moments. And the whistle has gone for a bounce down just marginally ahead of centre for WA. Harding and Moore. Harding with a tap. Di Domenico can't get the kick in. 11 for Western Australia was Langsford. WA into attack. Glendenning caught. Holding the man the decision, and Glendenning to take the kick. Quickly puts WA into attack up towards full forward. But a grand marking defence taken for Victoria by Mew.
Comes out to Tony Shaw. He's at left half back. Comes up towards the grandstand flank. Michael Turner. Great crowd in attendance here this afternoon. The ball goes towards Gary Pert. Rioli's in there. Left centre wing. Out comes Rioli. Boots it back towards the half-forward line. X underneath. It's a good mark to Blackwell. Blackwell 50 metres out. Has a punch up towards goals. It's going forward to the mark by Gary Sidebottom right in the square. Plays on. First blood to Western Australia.
Well, that's just what John Todd would have been hoping for WA to make the quick start. He made the point earlier that the first 20 minutes in this first quarter are going to be all important. Tremendous play on football from all the West Australian players. And Mel, great play by Maurice Rioli.
Yes, Ken Morris has started up very hot, and a lot of people have said he's been overweight and been out of form, but he looked real sparkly there, and I'm sure that he'd have changed him in and out the centre all day.
Bounce in the centre again. Harding with a tap. Tuck in the middle. Can't get the ball away. And the umpire going to bounce. Players out of the Victorian side. Rod Ashman a late withdrawal, as was Jeff Rains. Both unable to take their place in the team in the final 22. Again, Harding with the tap. But it's going to be Pert for Victoria. Up to half forward. Nearly a mark taken by Ablett. Player caught then was Williams, got the hand pass away. Jim Buckley trying to go in there. 11 was Ablett, charging his way through. Great courage from Gary Ablett. And he will take a shot from Victoria from about 45 metres out.
So we've only played 3 minutes in this first quarter, and it's Western Australia. 1 goal, 6 points. Victoria yet to score.
Ablett, you can see the 50-metre mark. Almost where he's standing. He'll kick from 45 metres out. Ablett, direct shot, looks good. Goal umpire ignores it. And Victoria reply in the opening 2 minutes of play.
Well, that was very good play by Victoria. Victoria don't seem to have the flair that we've often expected from their forwards over the years. They haven't got a real key, outstanding forward like a Coleman of years gone by, or you'd remember a bit better than I, Bob, some of the other great players, but they're more workmanlike. They look like they've picked a working team.
They've picked them on form today, Mel. 5 from Hawthorn and about 4 from Essendon. Terry Moore, the Brownlow medalist, in there. Right to get the thump, it goes to Skipper Tuck. Out towards a half-forward line. Gerard Healy first in the race. Can't pick it up. Taken by Aitken. He boots it out towards the flank. Has a mark been taken? No, the ball's out of bounds underneath the scoreboard, out of side.
Well, in the past, these games between WA and Victoria are very clean but hard fought.
Throw in. Moore over the back. Was kicked forward by Holden, but Victoria bring the ball away now in towards the half-forward line. Dipiero-Domenico sitting underneath that. No mark taken. That's Williams underneath it. Williams gets the hand pass away. Brad Hardy for Western Australia clears. Chance for Malaxis. Malaxis a hand pass to Rioli. Rioli a high kick into the path of Richardson. Richardson's got it. He can get it across the side bottom. Can't. He's caught. Side bottom goes back in for WA. And that's Stevenick emerging for Victoria, but the umpire's whistle is gone.
Well, that's almost a goal-saving tackle applied by the Victorians.
25 metres out. Moore high in the air. The chance for Western Australia. A tackle put on by Malaxis, and the player trying to come through was Chris Mew for Victoria.
Bounce down on the 25-metre line. They've got the 25-metre line and the 50-metre line marked out on ovals here in Western Australia. Into the pocket it goes. A chance for Richardson. Onto the left foot. Towards full forward, and the minor score. And WA doing a lot of attacking, Mel.
Yeah, they look very good, but I'll tell you what, the Victorians look far more positive, and they look a little bit more desperate in their approach than they have been this time last year.
Chris Mew has taken the kick in, a good 60-metre kick out towards a flank towards Danaher. He can't get it. Far side of the ground. Chance now for Peake. Finally it goes down towards the square. Hick in front. And a scramble on that half-back flank, and Merritt gets it out to Ayres.
And Ayres with the ball going towards left centre wing. The target was Danaher, knocked away from him though. This is Murray Rance for WA, putting the home side back into attack. Nudge went unsighted. Chance for Richardson as he tries to come through. But good defensive play by Gary Pert. Sees the ball up onto the wing. Harding dropped what he should have taken. Caught by Danaher. Got the hand pass away to Brian Peake though, who drives the ball long into the forward line. In front, Glendinning has claimed the mark, and I reckon he had about third hands on that.
Well, that was impossible almost, because Glendinning had about 5 Victorians around him and still managed to take control of that ball.
So Glendinning from 50 metres out. Western Australia leads by a point. It's a good-looking kick. It's through the centre, and WA have got their second.
Well, the game's a red-hot pace. The tackling swift, and both sides have settled down very quickly, and it's most probably a great spectacle that's been promised right from the word go. The conditions are beautiful, and at the moment it's WA 2 goals 1-13 lead Victoria, 1 goal 6 points.
And the flags are hanging pretty loose on the scoreboard on the far side, so no advantage the Breach. Back in the centre, Harding versus Moore. Harding gets the tap. Centre of the ground, they're trying to get away. Johnston holding the ball against Johnston. That was a good tackle. And the kick's going to Baker. X1 Districts and Essendon centre man kicks it towards a half-forward flank and finds skipper Malaxis. Stephen Malaxis, 55 metre out, boots it long towards full forward. Plenty of players set, side bottom comes out with it, and the ball goes through for the minor score.
Well, WA are looking very, very strong. The players from Victoria have settled the side down well. Players like Baker, Rioli, Sidebottom, Glendinning, they've all been involved in very good passages of play. And I think it's a good sign for WA at the moment. They're full of confidence, and something, Ken, that you're not used to seeing WA side starting as red hot as they have today.
That's
well,
right,
Glendinning has scored a goal for Western Australia while we're away at the break, and WA lead 2-2-14 to Victoria's goal.
And one ball lost by the look of it.
Yep, waiting for it to come back in. Notty?
There's certainly nobody on the field going back to take their kick. It's play on madly at all times.
Burley will be happy about this. I suppose it cost him a fortune.
But Pert waiting for the ball to come back. Finally, they've got a new one for him. Opened the purse strings. And now Gary Pert going to bring the ball back into play. Does it well to himself. Stephen Hicks sets from behind, gave Glendinning a nudge but got away with it. The hand pass from Mick is taken by Rioli, and that was too long. Jim Buckley with a kick.
Interesting to note, Simon Madden's been brought on the ball to ruck now, very quickly in the quarter.
The umpires are in firm control of the game.
Jim Buckley, backward of right centre wing for Victoria, puts the ball marginally into attack, knocked away from Madden. Swooping on it is Rioli, a long kick, Glendinning's on the break, and Glendinning has got the ball. Long kick from Glendinning. Robert Wiley's loose if he can get there. Got to wait to see if it bounces kindly. It does. Wiley's snapshot is high. It's long. Has it been touched? Yes. No, it wasn't. Magnificent effort from Wiley. I didn't think the kick was going to make it, but it has.
What a set-up job by Ross Glendinning, Mal. That was superb. He could have had a shot for goal.
Well, I'm surprised a little that Ross was at centre-half forward. We thought he might have balanced the back line up, but it's been a top move to date. It's one of those things, if it comes off, you're a king. If not, you're a bum. And at the moment, Toddy's a king with that move.
Yes, 8 minutes into the first quarter. 3-2 Western Australia. 1 goal Victoria. Robert Wiley kicked the winning point in South Australia. Simon Madden gets the big thump. Not being picked up by the Rovers. Holden boots it down towards half forward. Big thump away by Pert. Richardson first in the race. He's got Malaxis 45 metres out. Stephen Malaxis and closing has a shot. There's another one to the black and golds, and that's their four.
Well, the one thing for certain, Bob, they're lacking players at the fall of the ball, and unless they really tighten up, I can see Victoria in for a bit of a drubbing at the moment. They've picked our players, but they lack pace to the ball, and they're not at the fall of the ball.
It's been great the way the West Australians have got the ball into the hands of players that can kick goals. Robert Wiley just a minute ago, and that occasion Steve Malaxis.
So at the 10-minute mark, first quarter, WA 4-2-26, Victoria a goal. Harding and Madden. Harding, lovely tap. Kicked off the ground by Richardson. And Craig Holden going nowhere with that. Michael Turner putting the tackle on.
Be a real sense of urgency amongst the Victorians.
There has to be. Again, it will be Harding and Madden. Dreadful bounce. Rioli took that. Got rid of it as quickly as he took it. Chance for Blackwell. Nice hand pass away to Leon Baker. Up to half forward. Ayres having his hands full with Glendinning at the moment. And Gary Ayres in a bit of trouble at the moment at centre half back, but he's a top footballer. And he will fight back against Glendinning, who does the ruck work. Wiley gets the kick. Up to Sidebottom, who trapped it well. Charges through Sidebottom. This leaves it open for Williams for Victoria. He comes back into the centre of the ground. Almost a one-hander to Danaher. Dippy air to Minico. Gone for all money. As Western Australia really trying to attack, this time through Rance. Out to Brad Hardy. Hardy, a lovely pass onto the chest of Robert Wiley.
Roll wild, 15 metres.
Well, their tactic, Mel, is most probably to try and stop this run with a bit of rough-up tactics.
Well, the way they're going at the moment, unless they drop a couple of West Australians, they're not in the race.
That was against Michael Turner. Wiley goes inboard, a long one towards full forward from the back, and it's Roger Merritt. Has he played on? No, 15-metre penalty. Little bit anxious, some of the West Australian players. Roger Merritt playing his first state game, kicks it out to Pert. Pert comes up to the wing. Oh, great leap there by Ablett. Couldn't get it. Blackwell can. Goes inboard to Richardson, who's playing well at the moment. He threads it over towards a half-forward line for WA. Relaxes, picks it up, goes left foot into side bottom and found him.
What a beautiful bit of play that was.
Well, at the moment, it's no contest, really. We've just played over 10 minutes, and it's 4-2 WA and 1 goal to Victoria.
Side bottom, 30 metres out. The angle not great. Kicking towards the eastern end or the Perth end of the ground, and has put it through for his second goal.
Well, Mal, it'd be fair to say, wouldn't it, that in the past the Victorians have been able to gain the benefit from a good start because the West Australians have been a little overawed, but not the case today.
Well, I was told before today's game that the Victorians have picked a very dour side. They've picked players, as you said, from Hawthorn, but they look slow. They don't look like they can keep up the pace at this stage.
So 12 minutes into the first quarter, the score 32-6. WA in front. Harding versus Madden. Harding with the tap. Zusto trying to come through for WA. That was Blackwell. Whoa, saddle put on Rioli, but they're called a play on. Cronin trying to do something with the ball, but the tackle was on him from Wayne Johnston.
It's very noticeable at the moment. The Victorians are the ones that are forced to do all the chasing and tackling. WA are initiating.
Again, Harding and Madden. Harding times his leap well. A chance for Williams. Craig Holden tackled too high. Williams the offender on that occasion. And Craig Holden on left centre wing for WA to put his side into attack. Goes straight into the middle of the ground. That was a bad blue. Too far for Murray Rance. Di Domenico just not able to recover. Richardson puts the ball out wide towards Brian Peake. He's beaten in the race for it, however, by Gary Pert. Pert with the left foot fires into towards the forward line. The mark taken by Shaw. Plays on quickly. This is Di Domenico for Victoria. A scrambly sort of a kick into the forward line. Now a chance for the Vics. This is Peter Moore. Loses the ball. WA through Cronin clear, but only as far as that man, Darren Williams.
Darren Williams about 60 metres out from goal towards the Subiaco end or the right end of the screen as Darren kicks it towards full forward. Looking for Ablett and finding him.
Beautiful stuff from Ablett.
Well, that scoring opportunity has been set up by the first piece of indirect play from the West Australian side, kicking across the ground. I'm sure John Todd would have sent the runner out.
Just on the 14-minute mark coming up as Gary Ablett, 30 metres out directly in front. Great opportunity here for another goal to the big V. Ablett comes in, steadies, and another goal on the board to the Vics, their second.
And it's Ablett's second too.
And Victoria, you know, maybe they're the ones that have been over-nervous. Maybe they're the... Yeah, there's a great passage of play, but I think the Vics may be a little bit nervous. There's a lot of pressure on them at the moment to perform, and now if they settle down, the next 4 or 5 minutes is going to be an important passage, I think, for WA and for Victoria.
Timed that mark to perfection, did Gary Ablett. And that's the man that scored Victoria's second goal, and in fact he has kicked both goals so far, and that's the second ball that we've lost.
Be great to be a manufacturer of footballs.
32 plays, 12. Ablett just scored Victoria's second goal. Madden, there's been a centre square infringement, and gee, you don't want that sort of thing at this stage of the game.
WA are alternating about 4 different players through the centre.
Rioli was going to take the kick, but it will be Harding. High left foot kick to the 50-metre line. Madden sets from behind and punches to the ground. Right, Wiley sharks well. Richardson a chance. The race on between he and Pert. Pert did it well to bring Richardson down, but Richardson equal to the task from 25 metres out. What a superb bit of play from Richardson, and Western Australia have replied.
And John, that play was set up by Robert Wiley. Tremendous front-of-the-pack support from that spoiling from the defenders in the Victorian side. Mel?
Young Harding has dominated the ruck when you look at it, and I can't believe every time you see the ball go forward to the centre, the Victorian players are always behind. Not once are they really leading in the race to the ball, and those little players at the moment are causing a lot of problems for Victoria.
There he is, Mike Richardson, the one that scored the last goal. 6-2 to 2 goals at the 15-minute mark in the first. Simon Madden, but can't get the ball away in the centre. Rebounce.
Harding is off for Western Australia and John Dorothy on for his first game for his state.
Plenty of switches made by both coaches. Madden trying to get the ball away in the centre of the ground. The Vics are packing it up down there, and the umpire will rebounce again. About 20 players around the ball in the centre.
8 scoring shots to 2.
Umpire Mike Ball. And interference, I'd say, to Simon Madden. And the big Essendon ruckman, who is a familiar sight here in Western Australia in state games, to take the kick. Quickly plays on to Gary Pert. He puts it up towards Dipper Domenico at centre half forward. Dipper's trying to get around. He can't do it. He's surrounded by WA players, but he's going to get a kick about 55 metres out from goal.
Andrew Purser, the player that came on for WA a moment ago to play Harding.
Ackley on.
See David Ackley coming on for Victoria as they work the ball into the forward line. And a good mark taken by Green, who decides to play on and has paid the penalty.
Yes, well, that's a sign. He's under a bit of pressure, and he didn't have to play on then. But tremendous team pressure applied by the West Australians.
And Alan Daniels off for Western Australia.
Interesting to note the kickouts. They're getting the tactics that St Kilda used in the night game against us. Everybody at centre half forward and then moving out to the flanks.
And Victoria starting to really exert some pressure now as Turner comes in with a left foot. It's a magnificent kick from Turner, but unfortunately has not scored.
So we've played 18 minutes in this first quarter, and WA 6-2, Victoria 2-1.
Gavin Carter bringing the ball back into play for WA. Madden beautifully up. What a superb grab that was. Crowd love it. Madden bringing the ball into the 25-metre line. A chance for Williams, left foot snapshot. Wiley going back. He needn't bother though. So Robert Wiley now out of the right full-back pocket for WA. 17 minutes gone in the first quarter, and a 15-metre penalty being imposed against Tony Shaw.
Interesting to see Tuck following Stephen Malaxis around too at the moment.
Good tagger. Wiley now out to the 25-metre line for WA, goes towards the wing. Purser is the target, and he takes the mark. He went to play on them with a hand pass, but and has been called in fact, and tried to get it away to Wayne Blackwell, but it's all come unstuck, and Victoria have still got the ball just forward of their left centre wing.
No breeze.
None at all. Opportunity for them. Shaw, good play. The hand pass now comes out to Dipper Domenico. He's got time to have a shot, which he does. And again, the big V offline, and they are 2-2-14, trailing WA 6-2-38 at the 19-minute mark first quarter.
So kick in to come from Gavin Carter, and he'll go towards the outer side with a good kick. Madden high in there again and takes another mark. He's a good player, this fellow.
Shorty Daniels has been brought on for WA.
That was a bad change too.
Plays on, gives it to Russell Green. From Ayres, Green has a long shot towards full forward. It's in the square. Johnson a chance. Now it's Healy. Got his foot to the ball and he's put it through.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Bob. I'm not used to this, but that was a bad change by WA. While Daniels was changing off the bench, that left the Victorian player uncontested, and he was the one that was involved in creating the goal there. So we've got to be a little bit tighter in that regard with Langsford. I think it was coming off the ground.
Have a look at Healy doing this one. Got his foot to the ball.
Cronin suggesting that he may well have touched it, but the umpire having none of it. So 20-38. WA in front as Madden gets yet another tap. Out to Rance. Michael Turner on the bottom holding the ball, the decision, and Murray Rance to take the kick for WA just backward of centre. Victoria getting some momentum going now as Rance puts the ball into the forward line. Knocked away. A chance for Ackley from Victoria. He's caught. No kick. As Ackley, not prepared to concede anything, has kept the ball on the 50-metre line.
The WA forwards are certainly trying very hard to lock that ball in.
May have hurt himself a little bit then, David Ackley. But it's on WA's 50-metre line now. As over the top went Busasto, hooked it into the forward line. Taken away from Danaher. And Victoria trying hard to get through the Western Australian forward line, but to no avail at this stage. As Madden gets the big tap, Rioli tries to charge his way through Green, who's been pushed in the middle of the back, and Russell Green will take the kick off the right half-back flank.
Russell Green quickly plays onto Ackley, over to Buckley, still on the half-back line. It gets it out further field to Tony Shaw, who boots it back towards the centre. No mark taken. Meriden there puts it up towards Ablett. Plenty of speed, this fellow. Johnston trying to break through. He can't do so. Back goes Ablett towards Tuck. Tuck's in there battling, and a bounce down in the centre square. Non-stop football here at Subiaco Oval.
Magnificent contest.
3 goals the difference at the 20-minute mark.
Bounce down in that centre square. Big Roger Merritt trying to get the hit out. So is Holden, Purser. They're all having a swing at the ball. Buckley comes out, and Buckley will take the kick.
Jim Buckley just forward of centre for Victoria. Beautiful long torpedo punt kick to the 25-metre line. Cunningham suggesting he might have been shoved. Western Australia desperate to defend. As finally it's picked up by Blackwell. Not a particularly good kick. It was meant for Leon Baker, but it's out of bounds forward of Victoria's right wing.
A real lot of pressure out there at the moment. Both sides now testing each other out. They've done their shadow punching, as we say, and now they're getting down to the real hard work.
It'll be Merritt and Purser. Purser in front, got a clip behind here.
And he looks like he's bleeding.
Yes, bleeding from the mouth, but will take the kick off the half-back flank. Goes into the centre of the ground to Murray Rance. Dipier Domenico.
Professional free kick.
Prepared to concede a couple of 15 metres. Merritt going back. Now Rance comes out onto the half-forward flank towards Glendinning. You're not going to get Purser. Purser's got Craig Holden available in the centre. If he wants him, there he is. Holden trying to get something going for WA. Out wide, knocked away from Peake. Brilliantly by Dipier Domenico, but he's caught. Now it comes to Gerard Healy. Healy goes inboard to Williams. Williams a raking kick into the forward line. Hardy almost a great one-hander. Carter a long hand pass to Cronin, which has set him up a bit. Buckley came in to tackle. Chance now for number 12, Gary Ayres. Ayres a long kick into the forward line. If they can get back, they'll be okay. And they can. Purser's taken the mark.
Gives it to Hardy in the back line. Non-stop football here as it comes towards the flank, and Baker takes the mark at half-back. Baker steadying the game down now, and Daniels takes it on the 50-metre defensive line. Oh, he's gone right across the ground.
They won't pick up the short lead. Victoria will lay.
Going towards Peake. Peake onto the left foot, puts it to half-forward. Glendinning in front, a great mark.
Well, that's the advantage of getting it on quickly.
Ross Glendinning looking for Sidebottom, who's playing it full forward. Oh, Sidebottom, no. Danaher punches it away. Tuck gets it out. Defensive play by towards a half-forward flank there, and that's a good mark taken by Chris Mew.
He fumbled it over the line. He took the mark, fumbled it, carried it over the line, and it's going to be thrown in. So WA still with the ball in their attacking area. Opportunity now for Jimmy Buckley, number 4. Busasto, 17 for WA. 10 is Rioli, but the ball is out of bounds.
Well, it's a titanic struggle out there. We've played 23 minutes of this first quarter, and WA still retaining the lead.
3-goal lead as Merritt gets the thump. This is Daniels for WA. Took his eye off the ball. Williams too quick. Now comes Richardson. Richardson with the hand pass. This is Malaxis. Malaxis a shot from 50 metres out. Sidebottom. Wiley launched as well. A chance for Sidebottom. Well done by Robert Wiley as he knocked it on towards Sidebottom after he couldn't mark. And Western Australia have converted.
And that's Gary Sidebottom's third goal. A tremendous effort, Mal, at full forward in the first quarter.
He's done a terrific job. And WA, if you look, when the ball's been coming into the forward line for Victoria, there's 3 and 4 WA people all together. And when the ball hits the ground down the other end of the ground, there's 2 or 3 WAs against 1 Victorian. And the old Victorian style of play to hunt in packs, I think at this stage, they're learning a lesson.
Well, we're just over the 24-minute mark in the first. 7-2 to West Australia. Victoria 3-2, back in the centre. Simon Madden trying to get the ball away, but it's taken by Daniels. Tucks in there, Robert Wiley too. Hooks it back towards full forward. Which way will it bounce? Sidebottom a chance in there, can't pick it up. Chris Mew can. Comes out towards the flank, and it's well taken by David Ackley. 7-2 to 3-2 at the 24-minute mark, just over the 24-minute mark in this quarter. Around the neck, but it's played on in the advantage rule to Daniels towards full forward. The mark, no, it's not paid. Chris Mew's got it, and Michael Tuck takes it away.
Mew to Tuck was good play. Victoria out of trouble into the centre of the ground. Dipier Domenico has the ball knocked away. Richardson to Rance is good play. Rance a long kick towards right half forward. Danaher going out, but has wisely left it for Michael Turner.
A courage mark.
Sure was, running back into a pack. And Turner off the right half-back flank goes into the centre for Victoria. Madden the target. He tries to knock it on. Purser, though, a throw which went unsighted. That was Holden's kick to Rioli in the middle.
They're certainly not alert, the Victorians, Mel, to that little chip kick into the middle.
No, they're just not picking their men up. There's a lot of 15 yards, which are giving WA a bit of time to run down the ground too.
So Rioli, a long raking kick to side bottom. He didn't take the mark. Socket off the ground by Ayres. Now it comes out to Green, who's just backward of right wing. Green in towards the centre of the ground. That was Merritt. Merritt to Williams. Williams nobody to give the ball to, but well played to get out of trouble. Merritt, a high kick to the 50-metre line. Hardy underneath that. So too is Healy. Ablett trying to burst his way through the pack. The hand pass comes out to Daniels from Cronin. Daniels stumbled at the wrong moment. This is going to let Ablett in, but he's rushed the kick.
Well, what an example of the pressure that's out there. It's just unbelievable, really, isn't it?
It's one of the things in football, Bob, you often worry about whether a player should...
from under him, do you think, Mel?
But also you wonder whether it's good to be able to kick with both feet.
That's right. Either foot, I'd say. Right full forward pocket. Terry Moore's in there. Right in the pocket it goes. Williams trying to swing his foot at the ball, which he does so. Right at the square it goes again. Nobody can pick it up. Rioli playing in the centre. He's taking that kick in the full back line. Merritt in front. Plenty of pace out there from Glendinning. He's come right up. A battle on that half-back flank out there. The umpire having a close look. An umpire ball will bounce it down on the outer side half-forward flank for Victoria. Glendinning playing at centre half-forward. Come right up to half-back to take this one. Ick to Gary Ayres. Can't get it away. Rioli can. Gone for the short pass inboard.
Here's another goal coming up.
Yes, it's a good pass towards full forward. A chance for Richardson.
He missed.
Richardson, and Richardson's offline.
Again, an ideal example of when not to kick. He had plenty of time to straighten up on his natural foot, and a good lesson to young players, that.
The other thing also was that Sidebottom was waiting in the square all by himself. There's now Danaher playing at full back, takes the kick in. The hand pass now to Russell Green. And Green yet another hand pass to Buckley. He's caught. Gets out of the tackle load as Jim Buckley. A beautiful long kick in towards half-forward Ablett, and he's been paid.
Well, he's been the shining light in their forward line, Ablett.
He's got Johnston loose if he wants him in the pocket. There's the kick, and Johnston has taken the mark.
Very interesting to note that Buckley last time, I believe, had 34 kicks on Rioli, but I think the tables have been turned today. That was some few weeks ago, but he's starting hard-working player, and Morris is going to run out of legs, I think, at some stage.
45 plays 30. Johnston coming in with the left foot. You can tell from the reaction of the crowd he's missed. And Victoria moved to 3-3-21, WA 7-3-45, 30 minutes into the first quarter.
The Carlton captain, known as the dominator in Victoria, but he didn't dominate that one as Carter comes out towards the member stand flank. Hardy's underneath it and got it. Half-back flank break, Hardy over to Daniels. And then Daniels gets his kick this time, and it's a long one. Right down to Ackley, thumps it away, over to Tuck. Half-back line, Michael Tuck. Goes inboard towards the centre, nobody home. Rents a chance. Dipped there to Medico, finally gets it out towards Madden. Simon Madden take a long time to bend down. Picked up by Green. Healy it was, out towards the flank. Oh, a bad miss there by Ablett. Allows Hardy in. Back it comes towards Baker. Baker towards Glendinning. Can't get it. Rioli backs him up. Good back up by Rioli. Comes towards the centre and Baker takes it away.
Leon Baker going out onto the half-forward flank, looking for and finding Malaxis. Malaxis switches it into Wiley, who's all by himself. He's got Rioli loose if he wants him. Goes long, looking for Sidebottom. Sidebottom from behind. Knocked it away from Danaher to ensure that it stays in WA's right full forward pocket. It's Alan Jeans, the Victorian coach. No cause for worry yet, but his side is certainly behind. As Sidebottom tried to take that ball. This is Leon Baker. Baker has left it to Bazusco. Snapshot from Bazusco. Has been touched. Otherwise, that could have well been on its way. So, Terry Danaher to bring the ball back into play. Not much time left in this first quarter. Danaher looking for Madden. The big fella's in the air one-handed. Can't get the hand pass away. Andrew Purser gets around. Comes out to Rioli. Rioli in trouble. Gives it to Daniels. Daniels caught. Tries to scramble the hand pass out to Robert Wiley. But gee, Malcolm, enormous pressure Victoria putting on and WA responding.
Yes, it's a magnificent contest at the moment. I think Victoria have started to settle down. They're not working as well into the forward line as WA, but they're starting to run a lot more.
Bounce down, 45 metres out, Simon Madden. But it's gone to Daniels. Daniels has a quick snap. It's gone through the minor score, and hard to work out where some of these players are playing, Mel. They're all over the ground.
Yes, well, you've had Brad Hardy in the back pocket, which he played his first state game a couple of years ago, and Daniels is running all over the ground. They're trying to keep as much pressure on the ball as they can, WA.
Yeah, you sure saw a shot of Alan Jeans, the Victorian coach, as Chris Mew kicks it out towards a flank. Daniels in the van. Plenty of time to get around. Boots it back towards the forward area. Is it a mark? It is.
Yeah, Glendinning.
The Brownlow medalist from 1983. Taking the mark, and there's the siren.
Have a look at this beautiful mark from Ross Glendinning. Strength
There it is.
and class.
Beautiful mark, one of the marks of the day to date for sure. Ross Glendinning, 45 metres out, has a shot, it's coming back. There's a great goal right on the siren, and that's a very handy lead to WA. And the first quarter ends here, 8-5-53, leading Victoria 3-3-21.
Very well at the moment.
Ready to start the second quarter, 8-5 Western Australia, 3-3 Victoria. Centre of the ground, taken by Harding, over to Rance. The runner's still in there for Western Australia. Blackball, centre of the ground, kicks it up towards the centre half forward spot, looking for Glendinning, can't get it this time. Dipbear Domenico's in with him. Malaxis comes out, they'll give it to Daniels. Good tackle. Good tackle put on him there for sure by Bernie Evans as Russell Green gets it. Poor old thick finds Murray Rance, who's been a pretty good player for Western Australia.
Yeah, Murray Rance played well at centre half back. Not a lot offering further down the ground. Glendinning content to go for the big one. They fly. Glendinning not paid the mark. Dipbear Domenico in there. Glendinning on the bottom. Dipbear Domenico scrambles a kick towards the right centre wing. Beautifully trapped Victoria that time by Ablett. Ablett gets the hand pass to Johnston. Johnston in turn to Evans. Evans a little undecided what to do with the ball. Now gets it back to Johnston. Johnston can score from there for Victoria. Oh, and I think the kick just went the wrong side of the goalpost. But a great start for Victoria. So Carter to bring the ball back into play.
Carter goes towards the outer flank, looking for Harding. Harding thinks it over the back. Chance for Blackwell. With him is Johnston. Good tackle put on him by Johnson, very close to the line. Madden's now picked up by Peake. He boots it towards the half-forward line once more, looking for Glendinning. He's the vocal point. Pushes it forward to Wiley. Inside 50 metres, Robert Wiley has a shot towards the Subiaco into the ground. The score, 4 points to Western Australia, and that's their night.
Magnificent footy that, wasn't it? Well, WA really look very, very potent when they're going forward. Their players are moving well, and I just can't get over the numbers that they've got at the fall of the ball. And
There it is.
it's something that we can just have to marvel at the moment and hope that it continues from a biased WA's point of view.
Stephen, Michael, what a magnificent tap on that was from Ross Glendinning to get it down to Wiley.
Yes, but I think the play came up further up the ground from Paul Harding. He's taken everything before him. He's doing it very well at the moment.
So there's the score. 59 plays, 22. 2 minutes into the second quarter. As the tap comes down towards Richardson, he can't take it. This is Williams for Victoria. A high kick to half forward. Buckley going back. Hardy in front. This is Rance bouncing off Jim Buckley. Gets the kick to half forward. Glendinning launches. What a game he's playing at centre half forward.
Well, I think the Victorians are going to have to become religious to get back into this game.
Glendinning to the 25-metre mark. Side bottom. A clip behind the ear from Ayres. And the mark. He's kicked 3 goals. And here it comes again. Going for the mark. Thump. Wasn't much, but he made it appear as if it was. Well, Gary Sidebottom now from 30 metres out, almost directly in front. Breeze, not a factor. There is none. Sidebottom's kick is off the side. And they can't afford to let opportunities like that go begging, Stephen.
No, I thought Gary should have followed through a little bit more and took a little bit more time with it.
There's Alan Jeans, the Victorian coach, looking a little bit worried in the box up there. There's Terry Danaher. Kicks the ball into play towards the members' flank. Front position. Beautiful mark to Brian Peake. Pete come right down to take that one. He's at half forward at the moment. He's about 60 metres out from goal. Puts it back in towards that full forward spot. Mazzusto from the back. Can't get it. Comes to the pocket. Malaxis gets his foot to the... Fabulous goal. That is a great goal from the boot of Stephen Malaxis.
He could
have got the side, and that's their 10th.
We'll have a look at that again. That was unbelievable, that goal. There you can see Malaxis fumbling. 25 metres out he is when he kicks that. And that is incredible. Gee, that sort of stuff inspires a side.
And that is absolutely inspirational stuff. It's amazing. Confidence makes you move mountains. And WA, I think Victoria have got two chances of this. Mine and Buckley's now. WA are dead set Mazias.
Well, Buckley's still out there.
Buckley's out there. Rioli puts him into attack. Malaxis thumped on by Mazzusto. Glendenning going towards that. He kept it in play as well. A chance again for Malaxis. Green goes in. Mazzusto dragged to the ground and holding the ball.
Oh, what a disgraceful decision.
Who's holding it?
That is the worst decision you've ever seen in your life.
Stephen Green saying, I wasn't holding the ball, not realising it's his kick. Or Russell Green, I should say. As they bring the ball into the centre, Victoria. Madden can't take the mark. Swooping on it, though, is Bernie Evans. Evans' hand pass away to Cunningham, who's on. Cunningham towards right half forward. The target there was Gerard Healy, and he took a good mark. Played on quickly. No one going to meet him. He's inside 50 metres. Fires the ball into Buckley. Great play from Victoria. Sees Jim Buckley with the ball just outside 25 metres.
That's the player that Mel Brown was talking about, Jim Buckley.
Well, they need this one desperately, Victoria. If they're going to have a chance, they've got to kick some very quick goals now.
Buckley straight in front. He doesn't miss them, and Victoria have got number 4.
And a WA player there with a bad shoulder, the one that was involved in that passage of play over there where the Victorian player played around him. I'm just looking, who is it at the moment? It looks like Langford. It looks like he's hurt his shoulder pretty bad, I'd say.
Yes, Aitken getting ready to come on from the interchange bench.
Yeah, that's Donny Langsford, who has done a shoulder.
Well, that's bad luck. 6-minute mark, 10-6 Western Australia, 4-4 Victoria. Simon Madden on the ball, opposed to Paul Harding. Bounce favours Harding. Goes over the centre there towards Hawkins. Down towards the half-forward line. Chris Muse playing down there at the moment. They've shifted a few players around the 50-metre mark.
A great kick
from Chris Muse.
Beautiful kick.
And the move certainly paid dividends because that's a goal to their backs.
He was that unsure of himself then because the game's been played the way it is, and he wasn't too sure whether to play on quickly, have a kick, or what to do, but it was a great kick.
Donny Langsford.
That's Chris Muir, the man that scored the last goal. Now playing at centre half forward. And that's Don Langsford coming off the ground for Western Australia. Obviously has dislocated a shoulder.
And Kevin Taylor's coming on too.
Taylor on the ground.
About to be.
The bounce favours Madden. That was down to Johnston. It's out onto the half-forward line. Mazzusto maybe having a run on the ball. Holden gives the ball to him. In turn, Mazzusto to Rioli. Rioli a long hand pass to Cronin, who goes over left centre wing. Cronin looking for Glendenning. What a superb lead and a brilliant kick. Moore playing at centre half-back now for Victoria.
That desperate.
Look at the kick from Glendenning. That's a 65, 70-metre kick, which Stephen Ick just got hands to.
Well, it's taken a key player out of their forward line more too, and off the ball to put him down at centre half back, and I'm sure that's to WA's advantage at this stage.
Well, you can see why Glendenning won the Sandover medal, Brownlow medal, I should say, with the display he's giving at the moment. Madden high in the air, can't get it. Kevin Taylor just come on the ground. It's on the half-forward flank. Wiley appealing for the kick. The umpire still letting it go. Mazzusto a chance from 45 metres out. Here's a snapshot towards goal. This will be close. That's a goal and 11th to Western Australia.
Good play by Mazzusto. That's Stephen Michael. He only needs a quick look at the goals, doesn't he?
Yes, he's seen a sense where the goals are, and I think the WA players are fighting like backline, and they're pushing it up and tapping the ball out, and they're not being very selfish, and they're giving the ball to other players run past.
There you see it on replay. Mazzusto, a quick look at the goal. No mistake, and Western Australia have their 11th. 11-7-73 WA, 5-4-34 Victoria. As again, WA get the tap. Taylor off the ground. Oh, Glendenning is touched. He cannot put a foot wrong at the moment. That ball was wildly socked by Taylor, and Glendenning was right where it was going to land. They'll have a shot from 50 metres out directly in front. It's a long, long kick. And I felt Brownie had a few opportunities to pass the ball on had he wanted to then.
Well, I think that's right, but it's quite a funny position where a player like Glendenning could be BOG today and can't win the Tassie medal, I believe, because he's only participated in one game. It seems a little bit unfair, doesn't it?
Well, a trip to Ireland coming up at the end of this game, so players are flat out as Terry Danaher kicks it out towards the flank. Moore high in the air, and the ball's gone.
And he's hurt himself too.
Yep. Peter Moore having a little bit of trouble there. Playing at centre-half back at the moment. Roger Merritt doing the ruck work. And he will get the kick. Roger Merritt playing his first state game. He's on the half-back flank. He goes inboard to Wick. Wick wastes no time. Boots it to centre-half forward. Looking for a Victorian player down there to get it.
And there's no crumbers.
Ablett's one of them. Hardy's in front of him. Hardy ducks ahead, trying to get out of it. Russell Green backing up well. Tackled. Out of bounds.
So the ball will be thrown in just forward of Victoria's left centre wing. They trail 34-74, 40 points behind at the 10-minute mark, second quarter. Harder, straight down to Peake. Peake a scrambling kick into the forward line. Stephen Nick comes thundering out. 29 there is Cunningham for Victoria. Oh, and it's on between he and Blackwell. David and Goliath, and Cunningham gets the kick. Will go into the centre to Dipierre Domenico. Dipper ducks and dives and weaves and finally gets it off to Ayres. Ayres a raking kick into the forward line, which Rance just got hand to. Carter, beautiful hand pass to Brad Hardy. Hardy looking for Brian Peake, and that's great football from WA out of defence.
Good passage of play there. One player there, the Brian Peake, playing a pretty good game on the half-back line, the Sandover medalist from Western Australia. Now, of course, with Geelong, kicks it towards the centre.
I think Brian might be on the wing there.
Terry Danaher. Yes, Brian could be on the wing at the moment. Gives it to Wayne Johnston. He's left centre wing. A long kick from Johnston. It's a good one. Hardy's in front. Can't get it. And Chris Mew was a vocal point then, but the ball's gone out of play.
Victoria steadying a bit, Stephen.
Yes, they're starting to get a bit of confidence back in themselves because WA bounced out the barriers and shocked them.
Okay.
Still 7 behind.
Knocked on by Ablett. That's Rioli. He's caught. Hand pass to Cronin. Cronin's out of trouble. That was good play by Victoria, though. The kick by Mew, a high one. A chance here for them. Ball on the ground. Rioli battling. Williams comes in to try and help. Great hand pass out to Holden. That time from Daniels sees the ball out wide. Malaxis. But it's a relayed kick, is it? Or has it got to go back?
Calling back.
Well, Daniels thought it may have been a relayed free kick. Malaxis
Bit hard to determine why it wasn't, actually, if it was a free.
Yeah. So Craig Holden out of the left full-back pocket for WA. Switching play right across the other side of the ground to the 50-metre line. Brad Hardy. Hardy steps away from Merritt. Has to use the left foot, which he does well. A long hand pass out to Peake. Peake, a long kick into the forward line. It's over Danaher's head. Coming out to meet at that time was Gary Pert, but it's inside Western Australia's 50-metre line.
Well, there's one thing, you can't say Victoria aren't trying hard. They just lack the basic pace on the ground and conditions here today. I'm sure they'll be hoping it'll be a bit wet.
Comments from Mel Brown as Roger Merritt from the back of the pack gives it to Buckley. Buckley towards the centre. Brian Peake again. Could be playing on the wing, Mel, and he's playing a pretty good quarter.
Yeah, he's playing on Dipierre Domenico.
Dipper not having the best of days at the moment, but Peake kicks it up towards full forward, towards the 50-metre line. The big thump to Buckley, over the neck, play on, it goes over another neck. This must be a kick to Roger Merritt, and he will take it.
The one thing about it, poor old Dippy, they reckon I'm fat. I reckon my shorts would be too tight for him.
And there's a fight on here between Wiley and Buckley, which is on the 50-metre line, has just now finished as Stephen Nick. Victoria on the break, get it out wide. Number 9 is Bernie Evans. It's still Bernie Evans with the ball. He can keep running because there's nobody in front of him. No one going to get from behind. He's now inside 50 metres. Beautiful long kick from Bernie Evans is through. Yeah, great play.
It's an amazing thing in football how players always can find a yard of pace when they're running towards goals, but they never look as quick when they're chasing the other way.
No tackling at all going on there from Western Australia, which wasn't good, Steve.
Yes, Bob, I thought it was very bad of the WA players. Should have run it before he even got in the 50-yard line to give him a bit of a chance to stop him from kicking a goal.
14-minute mark coming up in the second. Western Australia 11-8, 74 lead. Victoria 6-4, 40. Perfect day for football here, and a big crowd in attendance at league headquarters, Subiaco Oval. Roger Merritt. Down it comes to Green. Alan Jean switching players around to try and get some pace. Through comes Peake again. But back up from Malaxis. He's on the half-forward line. Goes inboard. Wiley first in the race. No, in chips Richardson. Richardson 50 metres. He's trying to do it all on his own. In comes Wiley. And the umpire having a good look. He said, play on as you get the
good decision too. That was a good decision.
Yeah, ball out to Johnston. Victoria starting to get, I thought usually, yeah, he's going to get it anyway.
Would have been a mark, I would say.
Yeah, he held the mark undoubtedly, and the umpire decided that that push would be paid if the mark wasn't. So Chris Mew into the 20-metre line. Oh, what a grab! Ablett. Oh, beautiful stuff. Oh, what a mark. Jeff Ablett, have a look at it again. Look at that. Launched himself and hung up and took a beauty. So Jeff Ablett, who's kicked 2 goals to Victoria, 30 metres out, no mistake, split the middle, and Victoria coming back with their 7th.
The next few minutes are very important from a WA's point of view. The Vics are starting to really work hard now. The thing I always marvel at in these state games, Stephen, is that the umpires, when it gets close, I suppose you can't say it, but it looks like it's a bit cheat for cheat, doesn't it? When you
Yes,
get
it does that. You know,
last year.
Yeah, they square up a little bit, I think. But you really can't say that. You know, I think umpires had to do their job, and they're doing it very well at the moment.
15.5-minute mark. WA 11-8, 74. Victoria 7-4. Gradually coming up, 46. Back in the centre. Merritt again. Can't get it away. Baker. Baker puts it out towards that half-forward flank. Chance for Danaher. In comes Malaxis. 45 metres out. The umpire having a good look and will bounce it down.
So it's 11-8, 74 WA. Victoria 7-4, 46. Danaher with a tap, but this is Robert Wiley.
Great play.
Great smother by Jim Buckley, and good shepherding enables him to follow it up. Buckley getting Victoria out of trouble with the left foot, up to the wing. Ball on the ground. They're starting to recover quicker now, Victoria. Ablett pushed and lost. Take the kick.
If you're in front, you get all the frees.
Jeff Ablett, number 11 for Victoria, on the right wing. Lovely long kick inside 50 metres, and there's the mark to Madden. Oh, it wasn't paid. Gee, it should have been, and that was a throw.
That's a square up.
Well, it was a throw anyway, and Darren Williams has got the kick for Victoria. They trail 46-74. Williams from 50 metres out. Nice long kick, drifting just across the face, and the mark taken by Aitken. Aitken, a quick hand pass out to Brad Hardy, and WA out of trouble.
The 20-year-old player kicks it towards the centre wing, finds Rioli. Morris Rioli to Harding, back to Rioli. Oh, they're fiddling a bit.
Great play, WA.
Half-forward line, Glendinning, he's 60 metres out. Kicks it in towards full forward. Ayres is in front and takes the mark.
Not a lot of height down on the WA forward line that time.
No, Gary Ayre, he can watch a rover ruckman. He's pretty versatile. Boots it out to Russell Green. Terry Danaher.
The Victorians are starting to rebound well now.
Yes, and they're picking out their men now as this ball goes down towards the half-forward line. Chris Mew, he's done well at centre half-forward. Over to Johnston. Didn't take it with him. Still on the half-forward line. Oh, well done, Wayne Johnson, but he's got no backup. Here's one coming in now, Chris Mew. They're still battling over the neck. And a kick will go, I think, to
Rance.
WA.
Murray Rance got the hand pass to Holden. Holden goes into the centre of the ground. That's Leon Baker. Baker in turn to Kevin Taylor. I'd like to see them getting more kicks. That's one too many. One hand pass too many. And now Victoria are on the rebound. It's their turn. Dippy Air Domenico to Williams. He doesn't mess around. Long kick into the forward line. Madden almost, but Carter takes it for WA. We've got to get more kicks, Stephen, rather than so many hand passes.
Yes, I think you just need to get the one handball, not two handballs to get into trouble. You've got to get out of trouble, and I think the WA boys are fiddling around a little bit too much.
Gavin Carter coming back into the centre of the ground for WA. Glendinning with 2 to beat. 21 was Purser. Here they go again. This is out to Kevin Taylor. If he's smart, he'll run in and have a kick. He does that. Side bottom. Uses his body well. So does Richardson. He's caught. Tries to get the hand pass out the side bottom. And a great bump
Magnificent
by the
contest, that.
Victorian defence. And that was Gary Ayres who put Richardson over the boundary
It
line.
was good use of the body there by all players. That's what the big crowd love to see. Side bottoms coming to do the ruck work.
Merritt's off.
Johnston again picking up the crumbs. Nearly runs into the runner. Boots it down towards the wing looking for Chris Mew. Can't get it this time. Back to Harding. It's on the half-forward flank. Tuck hasn't done much in front. Can't get it. Malaxis can. Taylor again. Hand pass to Wiley. 50-metre line. Rioli. Boots it in towards full forward. Side bottoms in front. Can't get it. And the ball's gone out of play.
Stephen, maybe not as direct as they were before.
No,
Western Australia.
No, John. I think the players are going too far into forward pockets. Sturrington going straight down and giving it to the side bottom who's leading for the ball all the time.
Daniels is on for WA and Richardson's now off.
Could be a blow for WA as Bususto has the ball close to the boundary line. Mike Richardson clashed heavily a moment ago with Gary Ayres and has come off second best.
Played pretty well.
Daniels back on the ground for WA. Right full forward pocket for the home side. As Victoria, through Johnston, try to get it out. That time it was Gary Burt, but that ricocheted off the Western Australian forwards that has gone through for a behind. So let's look at the score at the 20-minute mark. Victoria 7-4-46, trailing WA 11-9-75.
Gary Port goes out towards that far flank, taken by Terry Danaher. Peter Moore hasn't done a great deal. And he's holding the ball, says umpire Moore.
David Goliath stuff that.
Wayne Blackwell's going to take it. He's about 70 metres out on the far side of the ground. He'll boot it long towards the forward area. That's the way he goes. Taylor's in there. Oh!
No, he's taking it off him.
He's not giving it to him. Well, let's have a look at it again. It certainly looked as though he held it.
He seemed to put his hands on his shoulder to get himself up.
Yeah, but he's still got the mark. He's got it.
Great mark, wasn't it?
And he's
Mark for
taken it
sure.
off him. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. Play goes on. Peter Moore struggling for the ball. Blackwell gone.
Have really lifted their tempo, the Vicks, in the last
I
10
thought the
minutes.
law said if you interfered with a player but still took the mark, it was a mark.
Don't know. Not sure about that one. See what it does. Moore gets a brilliant tap. Now, why they wouldn't have played the advantage and let Green gone on, I'll never know. Peter Moore between centre and right wing. Lovely kick into the forward line for Victoria. They're mounting attacks. Chance for Ablett. Ball on the ground. Ablett battling. So too was Cronin for WA.
Well, watching
That looks
umpires
like,
over the last 12 months, John, I think there's a chance for Mark Jackson in the sphere after he retires yet.
Andrew Purser warming up to come on. He's mentioned that he might like to take up umpiring, Brown. He reckons you don't have to have many qualifications, but I don't necessarily agree with him. Purser off, or Harding off, and Purser on for WA. Victoria deep into attack. Madden over the top. Williams tried to kick it backwards, but in fact lost meterage. Ablett!
Oh, great.
No, not paid.
Quite.
Hand pass out of trouble. Messing around a bit WA at the moment is the hand pass by Leon Baker into the centre of the ground. Williams again. Buckley puts his body in. Rioli battling. Williams number 5 for Victoria on the bottom of that. Shaking his head and getting up with a wry grin on his face. And Morris Rioli on the bottom as well.
Well, a few mistakes made by the WA players. They lead 11-9 to 7-4 at the moment. We're 22 and a half minutes in on the half-forward line. There's the kick. Kevin Taylor's going to get this one. And boots it up towards Glendinning at half-forward. In comes Tuck. Michael Tuck kicks it back to the centre square. Players jostling there. Must be a free kick to Victoria. It certainly is in the centre of the ground, and Jimmy Buckley will take it.
WA have to apply a bit of pressure now.
He gets onto that left foot. Boots it along towards full forward. There's a chance for Chris Mew. And the ball is through for the minor score.
WA Brownies seem to have stopped a bit, and Victoria are sensing that and are really putting the screws on at the moment.
Yes, that's quite true. There's still 4 goals for in front, though, and as long as we stick to that, if they get a couple of quick goals in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I think WA then could be under a bit of trouble.
Carter, good kick into play. Knocked back into attack, though. Blackwell comes across for WA. Wild old hand pass to Rance. Blackwell sunk up where he got rid of it and will take the kick.
That's undisciplined play.
Blackwell goes right across the ground to Brad Hardy, who's off on one of his runs again. Goes to the right centre wing. Kevin Taylor the target. Too many WA players up. Taylor in front. Knocks it on, but only into the path of Michael Tuck, who's played well. Tuck for Victoria is into the forward.
All those open people in the square.
Nobody coming in to tackle him. Tuck with the left foot kick to the 25-metre line. They fly, and the mark is taken by Ablett again.
He's all over the ground, this fellow.
Brilliant stuff from Jeff Ablett. Here it comes again. Hasn't he got a beautiful pair of hands? He's kicked 3 goals for Victoria, and I'd suggest that from 25 metres out, as we go into the time on period, he'll kick number 4. Ablett, no mistake. Victoria, 8 goals, 5. Western Australia, 11 goals, 9. 25 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, I think the next, as I said before, and I'm fear of repeating myself, the Vics have really applied the pressure now. They're starting to run and cover a lot more ground, and I think now that the pace has gone off the game, we're going to see, we are seeing a different Victoria side.
It's just about the time on period. Still no breeze at all. Goals are being scored at both ends of the ground. And another goal to Victoria. They lead 11-9. They trail 8-5 at the moment up towards the half-forward line. Malachis is in that one. Robert Wiley gets it out towards Rioli. Nobody can get a clean. Glendenning's got 30 metres out in front. Glendenning steadies. And that's a welcome goal for the WA side at the moment, and that's their 12th.
They needed that, Stephen Michael.
It's amazing, John. The Victorians are getting goals so easy, and WA are going to work very hard for our goals. You know, you've got to go through 3 or 4 players, but the Victorian players just go through one and straight through the middle.
Brownie, does that suggest that perhaps Western Australia's defence isn't perhaps playing as tightly as the Victorian defence is?
Oh, I think that the tempo's changed and the Victorians are covering more ground. I'd still like to be backing WA. I know Lou's back in the studios there. I'll have a $10 charity ticket with him.
So WA 12-9-81, leading Victoria 8-5-53 at about the 26-minute mark. As Blackwell puts the ball into half forward, Bususto floated in the air, but Stephen Ick had eyes on the ball. Ick out wide, looking for Mew. It'll bounce kindly for him. Mew getting away from Rance, up to half forward. Ablett the target. Cronin cuts it off, but Ablett, sticking closer than a poor relative, forces the ball out of bounds.
The Victorians are starting to read the bounce of the ball a lot better now than they did in the first quarter too. They're not running at it and overrunning it and bouncing around them. They're starting to read it a lot better.
81 plays 53 as Peter Moore gets the tap. 26 minutes in. It's up towards half forward. Glendenning trying to battle for WA. But right on his hammer is Terry Danaher. And it'll be thrown in on the far side of the ground. 12-9 to 8-5. Not much time to go in the second quarter.
Underneath the old scoreboard on the other side. Both sides want to score before the siren goes. Robert Wiley close to the line. Another throw-in. Big crowd here loving every minute of this, and 40-odd thousand PP. A lot of people not working in Western Australia this afternoon. Terry Moore gets it out. Goes to Darren Williams. He boots a long one towards full forward. There's Ablett in there again. He can't get this one. The kick must go to Aitken. That is. And Aitken will take it in that last line of defence. Michael Aitken looking for leads at the moment. There's not many offering. Comes up towards the centre of the ground. Tucks in there. So is Williams. Play answers the umpire. Rioli comes out with it. Boots it up towards half forward. Nobody home. In comes Ick. Anticipates well. Well done, Stephen Ick.
Yes, and held his hand pass back until he saw that Johnston was available. Johnston up towards half forward. Jim Buckley was leading.
Very bad
But
play.
Brad Hardy took the mark. Brian Peake has it knocked away from him. Following it up well is Bernie Evans. The hand pass has gone astray. Bususto to Hardy. Hardy to Malaxis is good play. Malaxis has the ball backward of right centre wing. Goes inboard to Rioli. Rioli caught. Got the hand pass away to a teammate in Leon Baker.
And
Baker to Wiley.
Taylor's on his own too.
Wiley into the path of Blackwell. He's inside 25 metres. Blackwell, the kick looks no good. Missed. Was touched off the hands, evidently.
Rioli's come out of the centre, I think, Mel.
Yes, he's been a magnificent player today. Him and Glendenning have been dynamic.
Gary Pert goes out towards Danaher and finds him on the outer side. half-back line. Terry Danaher trying to rally side now. In it goes towards Cunningham. Backed up by Rioli. Gets his foot to the ball.
That was an unbelievable bunt by Kevin Taylor.
Johnston again. Centre square, Baker in front. Over it goes to Cronin. Cronin centre the ground.
Here's 2 men on their own.
And no trouble at all for Wayne Blackwell. Wayne Blackwell 35 metres out directly in front, and there's a Victorian down there. We'll pick him up in a moment. 35 metres out. Great opportunity here before the half-time siren. The drop punt on its way. The umpire having a good look, but it's offline, minor score.
I think that could be, I'm not sure, but it could be Jeff Cunningham there. He clashed heavily.
29.
Yeah, it is. Cunningham clashed heavily with Kevin Taylor a few moments ago. And, gee, they ought to stop play. It's very, very close to him at the moment as Peter Moore gets the tap away. Blackwell to Rioli. Rioli from 50 metres out. WA peppering away but suffering badly from inaccuracy. It'll be Pert to bring the ball back into play. Purser in front, Moore into the middle of his back, and it wasn't seen. So Dipier Domenico has the kick. Brings it into the centre of the ground looking for Johnston. Cunningham on his feet as Johnston gets the hand pass to Ick. Siren has gone for half-time.
Well, they could have got caught holding the ball there.
Right. Siren starts to start the third quarter. Line ball, tap in the middle. Tuck puts the tackle on. Johnston trying to barge his way through but can't. Well, that was a... whatever.
Pleasant surprise.
Player was Tony Shaw, in fact. So Victoria marginally into attack as they scramble it up just forward of centre. Big battle royal going on at the moment in the middle of the ground. 15 getting up there for WA is Leon Baker. And that was Michael Turner that got up off the bottom of the pack for Victoria. Tuck doing up his bootlace as we are yet to try and get that ball out of the middle. Michael Tuck does it well towards half forward for Victoria. Rance goes back, taps it well to Aiken, who's gone for all money. Got to be quicker than that. Well, the great tackle was put on by Chris Mew. Mew goes into the pocket. Victoria got all the players down there at the moment. And the mark taken for them by Gerard Healy.
And there's a lot of players in the Victorian side that needed to lift their game in this second half.
Mew looked, Bob, you're quite right. He's made a lot of difference down there. He's given something to kick to.
So Gerard Healy from about 30 metres out. Angle shouldn't bother him. Not a bad looking kick.
Oh.
It's straight through the centre, and Victoria have got their 9th goal in the opening 30 seconds of play.
So that first goal for Victoria is the one that coach Alan Jeans would have been asking for, but there's plenty more required.
12-11-83 Western Australia. Victoria 9-5-59, and the Melbourne Ruck Rover full forward kicked a lot of goals for Melbourne, and that's a handy one for the Vicks. Back in the centre, Harding versus Madden. Simon Madden trying to get the side going. Russell Green out towards a flank to Cunningham. With him is Peake. Peake trying to break away. He's got the backup from Wiley. Wiley swamped. He's pushed in the back. And Robert Wiley will take the kick. Former Richmond player, returned to Perth this year and having a very good season with the Red and Blacks. He's gone inboard to centre half forward. Looking for Glenn Dinning. He's held by one arm. Play on to the umpire. Cronin's in there. Trying to get away. Turner showing plenty of pace, Michael Turner. The Geelong speedster kicks it towards centre half forward. Carter high in the air. Hardy a chance. He's the only one between the goals of Victoria. Well done, Brad Hardy. And the ball's gone out of play, and Brad Hardy will get the kick.
Yeah, pushing the back that time by Gary Ablett. And I'm sure Brad Hardy helped himself along a little, but he is going to get the kick, and Victoria getting players ahead of the play now. As Hardy kicks towards left centre wing for WA. In front that time was Harding. Tried to tap it further afield, couldn't. Turner goes down and on the shoulder. Interesting.
Well, let's not be too biased. The fellow did go for the ball, and there was some sort of free there. But interesting. I bet your Footscray are happy they've signed up Brad Hardy. He's playing very well again today in the state match in South Australia and again today.
So Michael Turner on right centre wing for Victoria. In towards half forward. Knocked away by Rance. Johnston on the break. Brad Hardy in front of him. Brownlee was mentioning him a moment ago. Brad Hardy clears for WA. Out wide, but it's all Victoria. Terry Danaher snaps the ball up. Left puts it back into half forward. Madden the target. Hardy takes him on. Wiley goes in. Good play. Out to Peake. Peake quickly gets the ball up towards right centre wing. The hand pass has gone astray. Chopped off well that time by Dipier Domenico. He chips it out wide, looking for a teammate again in Turner, who's having an influence already. Socket away from him by Blackwell. Missed it the second time round. Now has it. Blackwell a high kick into the centre. Tuck underneath that. Taylor too early. Play on is the call. Stefanik pulled off the kick, and she packs up just marginally into Western Australia's attacking zone.
Taylor's got to start going for the ball instead of trying to get rides all the time. I know it's great to have taken the specky, but I would have freed him on that occasion.
Yes, he's leaving too early for sure. Michael Ball in the centre, surrounded by 20 players. Madden taking the front spot. That's the way to get him. Stefanik been a pretty good player on the back line. Michael Tuck, centre of the ground, having trouble getting away, and he's holding the ball. Paul Harding. Pretty good young ruckman here in Western Australia.
Robert Wiley out on his own over on that flank.
That's the way it's gone. Robert Wiley takes it, plays on quickly with the left foot towards full forward, looking for side bottom. He's in front, the back of the pack. Terry Danaher, they're battling down there. Picked up by Ayres, and he boots it out towards the flank again. Tony Shaw.
17 out there is Tony Shaw for Victoria. Has it. The hand pass comes back to him. He's caught. Malaxis now has the ball for WA. Can't get around Tuck. That's holding the ball against Malaxis. Good decision.
Some magnificent tackles being laid from players from both sides.
They're stopping WA's run the way they do that, Victoria. As that's Ayres. Long kick into the forward line. They do. And Ablett's in the air. Can't take the grab. Western Australia in trouble, but now the hand pass comes out to Brad Hardy. It was Baker who gave it to him. And Blackwell too early, and Turner a strong grab.
He played on.
15 metres against Blackwell. Turner doesn't bother about it. Rifles a ball into the forward line, and the mark is taken by Healy. Victoria looking the goods at the moment.
Looking very determined.
They've really lifted their tempo, or should I say they've sustained it from the last quarter, and WA seem to have lost their momentum a little bit.
Goal here would make it very interesting. 9-5-59 Victoria, 12-11-83 WA. There's the kick from Healy. Looks okay. It's through the centre, and Victoria now moved to 65-83, 5 minutes into the third quarter.
And that's Healy's third goal. He's kicked the 2 goals after half-time, so he's a player that needs to be watched a lot closer.
Mel, do you think WA players with that Malaxis one trying to do too much?
I think a little bit, but also the Vics have really tightened themselves up, and that's a credit to them. You know, if Victoria get up and keep that pressure on, it's going to be an enormous last quarter.
7-minute mark coming up, 12-11 to 10-5 in favour of WA. There's a good out. Taylor trying to get away. Can't do so.
Oh, what a bad decision.
Victoria just
from
kicked
the
another
Victorian
goal.
umpire.
Hey, dropping the
from
ball,
the Victorian umpire too.
Which HSV listeners, 12-11 to 10-5 they lead. The 7-minute mark coming up, and a kick in the centre to Western Australia, I'd say at this stage. Plays held up to Kevin Taylor. Kevin Taylor right on the edge of the square. He'll go long. Oh, the Cardinal sent into the man on the mark.
That can lose you a game, that sort of thing.
Yes, it's whipped away by Bernie Evans towards full forward. And they come again. It's Chris Mew. He's only 25 metres out under the boot, and from that mistake, full points to the Big V.
Magnificent play by that smother. Who was the player that smothered that by Taylor there? Noddy McCauley?
Hard to pick up.
Absolute great play, wasn't it? A result in exactly a fundamental error. I thought he was lucky to get the free. I really thought he was in possession of the ball and dropped it in the first place. Got a second reprieve, and that was very bad play.
Tremendous fight back by Victoria.
There he goes, and you can see the error. And aren't they so quick to capitalise on that, the Victorians? They trail now, not by much. 11-5-71 to 12-11-83. 7 minutes into the third quarter, and it's been all Victoria so far as Madden gets a beautiful back tap. Shaw out towards Healy. He's caught. Western Australia trying to mount something as Rioli is pushed and will take the kick. Trying to get himself 15 metres to no avail. And Morrow, but there's not a lot offering in the WA forward line. They're all just standing around waiting for the ball to come in high, which makes it easy for the Vics to do that. Thump it to the ground. Robert Wiley with possession, but running away from the goals. Forced to kick under pressure, and very lucky to keep that in play. Blackwell, backhand pass. 25 there is Turner. He's caught. And a huge pack of players on the bottom of that.
Well, they've truly tightened up the Vicks, and Sidebottom's now throwing his weight around, and Ahuzi having a bit of a go at there. WA have got to get back to playing flow-on footy. They can't afford to let the Vicks suck them in by tightening the game up.
So the Vicks have scored 3 goals straight.
And Madden over the top. Sidebottom with the kick into the pocket. Malaxis used his body, but great defensive work by Ayres. The hand pass out to Bususto. He's caught. And look at the way that Victorian defence is just snapping the ball up as Danaher clears into the centre.
Kick to the centre. That's a good mark to Peake. And a 15-metre penalty.
They're certainly hunting in packs, the Victorians.
Well, what's going to happen now? Brian Peake has made it. Want to get his kick in a hurry, Brian Peake. Going to take it right centre wing. Ward's full forward. Taylor's high in there this time, but he can't grab it. Out comes the flank to Cronin. In the pocket. Glendinning taps it on.
Here's a goal.
Chance now for Malaxis. He has another snap. And the result, another miraculous goal to Stephen Malaxis. And that's the 13th to Western Australia.
Well, Stephen Malaxis has done the same thing at the other end of the ground in this occasion. Have a look at that. Magnificent snap over his left shoulder. And what a timely goal, Mal.
As soon as he kicked it, there wasn't much doubt. You know, Malaxis is a great angle snapshot for goal, and a real great passage of play, and very, very valuable for WA.
Well, the Western Australian captain has put that through. Buckley scrambles a kick to half forward. Aitken gets boot to ball. Out wide, the bounce favours Brian Peake. Cunningham closing and takes the ball from him. Great play from Jeff Cunningham, as now Carter leads in the race, but Cunningham very cleverly has ensured that the ball is rolled out of play. Victoria 11-5-71, trailing Western Australia 13-11-89 at the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. Carter has to do the ruck work and does it well to Aitken, who is caught high.
Well, the margin is 3 goals in favour of WA.
We've got plenty of alternatives. Dangerous but effective as Aitken has given it across to Hardy. Hardy pushed when he went to kick. It's out to Blackwell, but the whistle has gone. And Brad Hardy will take the kick for a shove in the back. But very dangerous play, Noddy.
Yes, and the Vicks have found a few extra yards of pace. They look slow in that first quarter particularly. It's amazing what Desire does.
So Hardy now with that 15-metre penalty out to the 50-metre line. It's up to the wing, to the ground. Cronin in trouble. He's number 1 for WA. 5 for Victoria is Williams, and 27 getting up and having a jostle is Simon Madden.
And Alan Daniels on for WA now to give a little bit more momentum on the ball.
Yes, changes by both coaches. A bounce down. Centre wing in front of the member stands. Simon Madden using the weight. Buckley trying to come through. It goes to Rioli. Centre half forward. Wiley can't get it. Daniels, the player that just come on, boots it towards Malaxis using the body. Battling there about 45 metres out. Players throwing themselves on it. The umpire's letting it go. Baker trying to come through. And the free kick's going against him. Going to Victoria down there on that half-back line. Cunningham's got it. Gives it to Bernie Evans. Back it comes in the centre of the ground where he's thrown it away. Play on, says the umpire. A scramble in the centre there, and the umpire will rebounce.
That's the second time that Jeff Cunningham has been down in this game. He was just before half-time. And by gee, it's no place for the faint-hearted out there, I'll tell you. As the umpire goes to ground, ball comes out to Wiley, hooks it back over the shoulder. Trapped well by Danaher, but he's bumped off it. As through they come again. This is Glendinning. Had a great first half. Opportunity for Malaxis. Knocked away. He's still got the chance. Gives it to Rioli. It's straight to Sidebottom, and that's better play from WA. Much better play.
And that's Sidebottom's 4th goal, and what a great bit of forward thrust of the West Australians. They all shared in that.
Yeah, it was a good passage of play there, and Rioli looks like he slowed down a little bit, but he's so damaging with that handball. I thought it was very, very good play also of Alan Daniels to get himself straight into the game so quickly when he came on, and he gives them a great amount of run, and well, that's handy to my mind. That's 4 goals now, and Cunningham's coming off with number 16 Doug Hawkins going back on, so Cunningham doesn't look too healthy, so that eliminates him to 21 players.
Certainly doesn't. 13-minute mark. 14-11 to 11-5 in favour of WA. Back in the centre of the ground goes to Johnston. Ooh, into no man's land, up towards a half-forward. Nobody home for Victoria. Aitken's just stumbling to the ball there at the moment.
Nearly holding the
Lucky
ball.
to get caught, not holding the ball. Very slow there from Michael Aitken, and a bounce down on the 50-metre line.
Wasn't prepared to commit himself then.
Victoria scored the first 3 goals of this quarter, and WA the last 2.
There he is, Michael Aitken. Half forward flank bounce down. Gavin Carter trying to go through. Holden pushes it out. Wiley gets it.
That's very undisciplined play.
It's a relayed kick.
A relayed kick on the centre wing, and it'll go to Harding.
Yeah, Paul Harding just backward of right centre wing for WA. They lead 14-11-95 to Victoria's 11-5-71. We're 15 minutes in, and Terry Danaher rock-like in defence.
He's really lifted his rating.
Yep. Danaher putting the ball marginally into attack. Madden with the sit and the mark. The hand passes off quickly to Green. Green is in turn gone inboard to Dipierre Domenico. Long shot from Dipper. He's just missed.
Well, the score at the 15-minute mark is WA 14-11-95, and the Victorians move to 11 goals, 6-72.
As the kick in by Gavin Carter is straight into the arms of Murray Rance on the right half-back flank, number 18 for WA.
He's had a lot of trouble with Chris Mew.
Yeah, Rance goes to right centre wing. Taylor launches for that sit. He's got to start playing percentage football. Rioli emerges, chips it into Wiley. Wiley in trouble, can't get the hand pass away. As shove in the back, is it, to Russell Green. Green has given it across to Ackley, and Ackley puts the ball up to half forward. Madden's got it. Quick hand pass to Evans. Evans into the forward line. Trouble here for WA. Williams tries to kick it off the ground. Throw it out to Ablett. Ablett with the left foot. Brilliant snapshot from Ablett. Oh, but he's missed. Gee, that looked closer than that.
I think the umpire, he had his back to the umpire. He got away with that one. That's the time to do it. As Gary Ablett played a pretty good game in the forward line.
Most probably without
at
doubt.
the 15.5-minute mark, 14-11 to 11-7 in favour of Western Australia.
Beautiful kick by Gavin Carter too, but there's also a free kick there to
Rance, yeah.
Rance. They're being held by 15, which was Muse.
Murray Rance on the half-back line.
Timely decision by umpire Ball.
Puts it down toward Glendenning. Front position this time in front of Danaher. Quickly plays on to Daniels. Long one towards half forward. Taylor's in the van. Takes the mark.
Well, we're saying earlier,
battling.
It was great play by Bizzusto. He made certain there, I don't know if we're going to look at it on replay. Yes, we are, but it was magnificent the way Bizzusto just gave 100% protection to Taylor.
There's another interchange player coming off.
Michael Aitken.
John Dorotich to go on the ground and make his debut.
Good on him.
And from 35 metres out, Kevin Taylor kicking towards the city end of the ground. That left foot swinging in. He split the middle, I would say. 4 points and the 15th to Western Australia.
So that's Kevin Taylor's first goal for the game. And Mal, you made a comment just a while ago that Kevin Taylor has to stay on the deck where he should be and stop going for those rides. And on that occasion, aided by Bizzusto, he was able to.
Yes, that's correct. I think that Toddy's made a couple of good moves here. He's brought on Dorotich. He's kept him right up till now. He can have a run on the ball. He could play half-forward flank. He could play centre-half forward. And he's gone straight down to the forward line, which gives him, you know, a bit of marking power and some movement. And I think that's quite good. Also, Daniel's coming on. I think the side so far, they've picked their rating up WA now on 5 goals. I don't think that they could let it go from here.
Well, a couple of changes wrought by John Todd. Glendenning has gone from centre-half forward to centre-half back to Curb Mew. And a player on the ground for WA making his debut is John Dorotich at centre-half forward. As Western Australia are underway, the long kick into the forward line from Craig Holden comes back out to that player as Victoria try and spoil. They've got all the height down there, the Vicks, at the moment, but too many went for the ball. Daniels goes back, shoots and scores.
Well, I'd give that goal to Craig Holden, the way that he got that ball out of the middle, followed up his kick, and was the player that set it all up, Mel.
Yes, WA have just got, and it's just it's repetitious at the moment, but they've started to really pick up their run. And if you watch this, there's no doubt Daniels read the ball again. He's covered a lot of ground to get down there. A mark drop because the Victoria was put under pressure, eludes a player and sidesteps a player partially, and then bang, a good right footer. 18-minute
mark, WA 16-11, Victoria 11-7. Madden on the ball there, trying to get it away. Wiley takes it to Western Australia, boots it down towards the half-forward line. Green gets it in the centre of the ground now. Puts it towards a half-forward flank, looking for Johnston and finding him. Wayne Johnston, waste no time. In towards Healy. Good play, Victoria.
Gee, they're dangerous when they get that ball moving.
Healy comes inboard. There he is again. Russell Green backed his own kick up and takes the mark.
One thing we've got to concede, John, some stage of the game they're going to get on top and do something.
Oh, yeah.
Victoria really have been most unimpressive in that area. They have looked dangerous going forward, but they've had 18 to 27 scoring shots. So,
Russell Green kicks just inside the 50-metre line. He's kicked it pretty well. Yes, 4 points once more to the Vicks. And they move 1 goal closer.
Well, they're certainly in the game, the Victorians. They kicked the first 3 goals of that quarter, then Western Australia produced the next 4, and the Victorians have come back, so it's 4 each in this quarter.
I'll still pick West Australia. I think WA have picked their tempo up, and I think that we'll run out the game better than Victoria.
On the interchange at the moment, Andrew Purser, number 19 for Western Australia, is starting to warm up. As WA lead 16-11-107 to Victoria's 12-7-79. 20 minutes into the third quarter. Bounce favours Purser. Gets the tap out to Daniels, who thumps it on. Williams goes back for Victoria. That's courageous stuff from Williams. Rioli caught. Goes back in after the play. Malaxis tries to shovel it forward. Hand pass out to Taylor. Danaher has something to say about that. And that's brilliant play by Danaher as he gets it out to Turner. Turner into the middle of the ground. Madden by himself. Glendenning spoiled it to the ground. Out comes number 16 for WA, Craig Holden. Long kick up towards Malaxis, but going back is Chris... Was it Chris Mew that took the mark over there?
No, it was Hawkins.
Hawkins it was. And Hawkins has put the ball right onto the chest of Gerard Healy.
Healy up towards the centre wing. Away they go again through Danaher. Out towards Williams. Darren Williams, a young rover, boots it in towards full forward. Johnston in the pocket. Gets it back into Ablett. Ablett has a screw kick. 1 point.
Well, the Victorians have brought Jim Buckley off, and Roger Merritt's back on the ground to give that forward line some marking power.
Well, with 22 players, there's changes galore, Mel.
Yes, it really keeps you under pressure. Harding's come off for West Australia as well, which I think Purser would have come on to take his place. So there's a lot of moves being made.
Gavin Carter kicks a long one out to Rance. Finds him, he had Peake loose, but that's covered. Goes down towards Peake. Dorotich is there with him. Takes his first mark in interstate football.
What a thrill.
On the right centre wing. The left footer kicks it in towards half forward. WA battling on that flank. Malaxis is in there. So the defence. Stephen Ick trying to get it away. Michael Tuck finally gets it back to the centre. All Western Australia there. And the mark is taken by Purser. Purser centre of the ground.
Andrew Purser looking to put his side into attack. Brian Peake all by himself on the right wing. Now unloads a big one right into the forward line. They're up. An opportunity here for Taylor. Williams with him. Taylor can't pick the ball up. Reckon that might have been holding the man.
Played for it and got it, Mel.
Yes.
Surprising.
It's very hard because umpires, I thought that they weren't going to pay those sort of decisions. That's what we've been told, that the Victorians make you earn your free kicks, and I think that was a Victorian umpire as well, wasn't it?
It was.
So he must know his own rules.
So 107 to 80 at the moment. WA in front. Taylor in the rightful forward pocket.
Umpire Rowan Sawyer.
Kevin Taylor got a split in the eye and kicked like it.
John, that is a funny decision because their rule, as far as I was concerned, was they were going to be deemed in possession in that case, and there's been a quite... the umpires seem to be sympathetic to each other's rules at the moment.
So the kick into play, right down the middle of the ground. Peake sets, can't take it. Malaxis out in front, Ayres right behind him. Malaxis gets rid of it, but great defensive play by Ayres. Puts it into the path of Healy. Healy to Williams. Williams favours the left foot kick into the forward line. Johnston up. Holden! No, not paid. Dear, oh dear. Never mind, must have hit the ground. So at the 23-minute mark, let's have a look at it again. Holden, only one with a hand on the ball.
Yeah, probably did hit the ground.
Maybe not. Yeah, okay. So Williams with the opportunity for Victoria. Backhand pass out to Healy, and a nice little chip pass straight onto the chest of Russell Green.
Gets all over the ground, this fellow, and the Hawthorn player certainly knows where to go as he boots a long one in towards 4-4. Won't make the distance. Front position there to Carter. Can't get it away. A bounce down about 12 metres out from the Victorian goal. Well, this is a vital 16-12 to 12-8. Western Australia lead. Johnston's in there. Taylor, who's going backwards at the moment. Finally gets his kick, looking for Blackwell. And finding a good mark by Blackwell.
It's amazing, isn't it? Kevin Taylor couldn't get a game for Fitzroy, but he's playing for the state.
Yes, he's played 2 games since he's been back in Western Australia. As Blackwell comes around his opponent, puts a long one down, but it's not a good kick. And Dippy Domenico gets it done, gives it to Tuck.
And Victoria are off again as Tuck goes to Healy, and that's too high. No, they call him to play on. I thought Healy may have got the kick. That has to be holding the man because Turner handballed the ball away. And look at him battling for it. So too is Hardy. Swooping on it, Taylor. Now Daniels thumps it into the open space. Trying to get it to Blackwell. Dippy Domenico thumps into Blackwell and the ball is over the line.
That's the way to use your body, Mel.
Gee, look at his bottom. Heavens above.
24 minutes into the third quarter. WA 16-12, 108. Victoria 12-8, 80. There's now Kevin Taylor on the wing to half forward. The target was Dorodich. Too far for him. Dorodich with the ball again. Out the back to Bususto. Bususto, if he can get it on, WA have got a chance. Side bottom launches onto it. Swooping on it now is David Ackley to clear for Victoria. Brian Peake goes down, and that must be a kick to Victoria's Doug Hawkins.
Hawkins gets it out to Ackley. Non-stop football here in this quarter. The far flank centre of the ground. Loud play to go on. Green gets it again, boots it up towards Merritt. Thumped away, Daniels comes in, took his eye off the ball, a chance for Holden. Oh, he tried to thump it out, it was a half-hearted one. Back to Hardy, he's in the square. Brad Hardy picks it up finally, and cheers in the crowd here. Brad Hardy played a great game in defence, there he goes. The skipper here of South Fremantle, Western Australia, and gives it to Taylor. Well played. Taylor puts it down towards centre half forward, looking for Bususto. He can't get it, Terry Danaher can.
Playing a superb game at half-back, Terry Danaher. Absolutely brilliant at the moment. And goes right across the far side of the ground. And that's Ayres, Gary Ayres.
Very negative. Very funny thing, if you have a look at players from Victoria that come to WA, the amount of weight over a season they lose off their legs. They lose 2 and 3 inches off their thighs over a couple of seasons here.
Gary Ayres into the forward line. Glendenning claiming the mark. And no way Chris Mew was
good shorts.
No way Chris Mew was going to let him go. So Glendenning, defensive 50-metre line, goes into the centre of the ground. Rioli the target. The strong mark to Turner.
So we're into time on.
Time on period, third quarter. 108 plays 80. Tight quarter. As it eludes all players. Back goes Purser to Craig Holden. Holden, a high kick. Blackwell and Turner. Line ball. Gee.
That's a mistake.
Okay.
Bad decision.
Michael, doesn't matter. Michael Turner, right centre wing. Lovely torpedo punt kick. Inside 25 metres. Ball to the ground. Madden can't get through. Norton Mew, that's dangerous stuff. But Hardy might make it work. His hand pass has gone nowhere. Williams tackled. Out comes Taylor. Taylor hand passes away. He's caught and will take a kick.
Just done it at the right moment there, Kevin Taylor, but great work there by Brad Hardy.
Hasn't the defence worked well together?
Yeah, fantastic.
Kevin
Back
Taylor,
play well.
defensive rover at this stage. Right deep in the back line. He's gone short for Cronin, half-back flank. Member stand side. Phil Cronin. Oh, and he's kicked it into the man and out of play.
That's bad play.
It certainly is. He went right into his opponent then. Ruck's getting pretty tired. Roger Merritt will compete with Andrew Purser. Merritt in front. Holden had a pretty good quarter this time. Tucks with him. The ball is out of play.
A lucky passage.
Just.
Very important for WA to maintain this 28-point lead.
We are now, what, 27 minutes into the third quarter. Purser and Merritt. Merritt does well to get Purser out of the road. A big thump into the forward line. Healy gets it out to a teammate there in Turner. Turner's in trouble. Hand pass back to Healy was not good. Brad Hardy playing superbly in the back line. Out to Taylor. Taylor had nobody to kick to. And Johnston happy to see that out because he'll take the kick.
WA are really playing well now. This stuff that we're talking about, lifting. The Vics are throwing everything at them, but I don't believe they've got enough.
Oh, look at the mark taken by Ablett. Sensational stuff from Gary Ablett. He's kicked 4 goals and has taken a brilliant grab. 55 metres out, Gary Ablett. Superb long kick. Absolutely delightful bit of play from Ablett and well deserving of a goal. Let's have a look at it again.
Well, really, where would the Victorian side be without him in their forward line, kicking 5 goals out of 13? A magnificent effort.
Superb performance.
Well, he's a speedy winger for Geelong. He hasn't played that many league games, but he's certainly proving himself today in this interstate clash. 28.5 minutes in, 16-12 to 13-8 in favour of WA.
And WA shifting Brad Hardy onto Ablett.
Purser in the centre versus Madden. Dipper Domenico trying to come through, but he's holding the ball. Was it Russell Green it was? And a kick going to Rob Wiley. Rob Wiley, centre of the ground. Goes towards a flank. That's not a good kick from Wiley. And it finds that man out there again, Hawkins, who's played pretty well. Dipper Domenico now, showing plenty of pace. Brings it inboard.
What a magnificent handball.
Yeah, to Ablett again. 50-metre line, has a long shot towards full forward. He's a great player, this fellow. That's his 6th. And another goal on the board. That's the 14th to Victoria.
Well, 2 goals in the time-on period to Victoria.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, WA definitely looked like they were kicking short, not kicking the same sort of length that they were before.
How quickly a game changes. A moment ago, WA 28 points in front. And now the margin is only, 16 points.
Yes, and if you have a look, the wind's slightly favouring the end of Victoria's kicking at the moment, so WA may have it in the last quarter.
Let's see what happens. Merritt gets the tap down. Taylor tries to come through. Dorotich leaves it behind. Taylor a quick hand pass. Finally out to Wiley, but it's all Victoria as Danaher clears out of the back line. Back into the centre. Rioli going across. 2 WA players collide, which they didn't need. Johnston goes down. Rioli can't get the ball away. Finally trying to come through is number 15, Leon Baker. He goes down. Tuck gets his kick in towards right half forward. Race on here between Mew and Glendenning. The boundary line wins. Siren goes to end the third quarter. 2 very vital goals to Victoria in the time on period. WA lead 16-12, 108. Victoria 14-8, 92.
Harding's on the ball. Goes to Merritt. Wiley. Holden, who had a pretty good third quarter. And the umpire will rebounce right in the centre.
Rioli out on the flank.
Yes, Rioli in the flank. Merritt again trying to get his side going. Michael Tuck puts it out towards the flank. Nobody gets a clear head here. Wiley. Williams. Back it comes to Russell Green. Play on, says the umpire, and Ayres boots it down towards a half-forward line.
Ayres up towards half-forward. Healy has got the ball. Doesn't worry about giving it to Ablett. Runs in inside 50 metres. Long shot from Healy.
Good play.
Great stuff. Great stuff from Healy. And Victoria serving notice that this game is not over.
Well, this is the side they've said they've picked. They said they've picked a very, very dour side. Now WA are going to have to be a good side to sustain it. I think, I've had to stick with WA because it's home ground, and I think that makes the adrenaline from people flow. But Victoria, well, that makes it a very, very interesting game. 10 points, Stephen Michael.
Yes, it's Victoria has moved the ball very quickly down on half forward line and lined it up very good.
Shades of last year.
16-12 to 15-8 and 4 goals to Gerard Healy.
And Victoria putting pressure on as the kick from Peak up to half forward. Trapped by Bazasto. They need him. Bit hungry, Buzz. Could have got the kick in. Now gets the hand pass back to Glendenning. Glendenning with the left foot. Side bottom in front. Can't take the mark. Good play by Pert though. Wiley with it close to the boundary line. He's kept it in. Great play by Wiley to side bottom, who stuck it through for a reply from WA. Well, that was lightning fast stuff. Here it is again. Ball into the right full forward pocket. Wiley kept it in. Got the hand pass instinctively straight down to side bottom. And from point-blank range, side bottom has given Western Australia their 17th.
Good play, Steve.
Yes, very good play. Centre Vicks get the first one on, and the WA rebounded very quickly and good.
5 goals to side bottom, 17-12 to 15-8 in the opening minutes. Darren Williams puts the Vicks back into attack towards that forward line. Nobody can get Dorotich is up.
Free kick.
And the free kick's going to John Dorotich. Comes right across the ground. Alexis puts it out to Hardy. and the brilliant Brad Hardy this time. Carter comes right up to back it up. Back it goes to Hardy, right centre wing. A nest of Victorian players here. Right back to Ross Glendinning from the back.
And Glendinning, a quick hand pass to Peake. WA running, Taylor going back. Courageous stuff from Pert. Gee, they were bearing down on him and he did it well. Gets the hand pass away to Williams. Williams has got time to bounce over the 50-metre line into the centre of the ground. Tuck couldn't hold it. Dipierre Domenico comes in. I knew I'd mess it up once at least. And Daniels is struggling with him.
Actually, Tuck struggled today too. He hasn't really looked anywhere near himself.
Robert Dipierre Domenico. I feel for you, Victorian commentators. As the tap kick from Daniels doesn't go very far. Merritt taps it out brilliantly to the backup of Russell Green. Russell Green up towards half forward. Thumped away well by Dorotich, but well read by Green again. The hand pass is over to Hill. He's got it away to Turner, and play goes on.
Turner's got it on the half-forward flank. Looked like a tennis one, that one. Bernie Evans has got it 45 metres out. He's pounced on. Then it goes towards the square. Merritt's battling hard. Picked up by Ablett. What's he done?
Another one.
Put it through for full points. And what a great player. That's what his 6th goal.
Well, I thought that was one of the best throws I've ever seen. There's no way on earth that the umpire couldn't have seen it. There was no way on earth he couldn't have... well, I don't know what happened there. I've got no... what do you reckon, T? I'll tell you what,
Well, it's very hard. Wish we had umpires like that over here.
I think that's Gary Abbott's 7th goal.
7th goal it is. So, at the moment, 5 minutes into the final quarter. WA 17-12, 114. Victoria 16-8, 104. And they're into attack again. And a strong mark taken by Johnston.
Kicked a lot of goals from this distance, Wayne Johnston.
Wouldn't be a problem to him. He'll be kicking from, I reckon, about 49, 50 metres out. Left footer, Wayne Johnston. Beautiful looking kick. It's high, it's long, it's straight. And Victoria have got 17.
And Andrew Perch is coming onto the ground for WA with Paul Hardy, who's coming off and doesn't look too well either.
No, you got a kick in the leg when he went up for that centre bounce. That's where the game starts, and that's where they got it out of centre, the Victorians that time.
Merritt's made a difference in the centre bouncer, Stephen.
Yes, he made a big difference. He's starting to read the play, and the ruckman's starting to get on top of the WA players at the moment.
5.5 minute mark, 4 points the difference. Western Australia 17-12, Victoria 17-8.
And Andrew Purser didn't know which side of the where he ought to be.
He's against Merritt, and Merritt has made a difference as he gives it to the reliable Green, but he can't get it away, but he's getting a kick. Goes back to Merritt. The big fellow gets it out to the flank. That's a good kick from Hawkins. Oh, it's gone high in the air. They're all waiting. Tremendous mark to John Dorotich at centre half back.
John Dorotich playing his first game for Western Australia. Chips it out on the far side of the ground to Murray Rance. Now Rance has got a lead if he can get it on quick enough. He can. The mark taken by Craig Holden. He wastes no time. Left foot kick. Looking for Taylor. Taylor can't get there. A brilliant mark to Terry Danaher in defence. And Victoria trailing by just 4 points. Danaher up the centre. The target and the mark taken there by Turner. Hand pass off quickly. Victoria into the forward line. Opportunity for Ablett. Knocked away, however, by Rance. He's too slow. Ablett has got the ball. Gary Ablett, hand pass back to Johnson. Brad Hardy in strife. Got it off to John Dorotich. And Dorotich has put it up onto the left centre wing, but it's all Victoria. No, it's not. Yes, Dipierre Domenico. Thumps it further afield. Turner runs into his own man. Goes back. Hand pass to Dipierre Domenico. He shrugs off the tackle. Still shrugs off the tackle. Tries to get the hand pass away. Peake was caught. Off goes Williams for Victoria. And they're not to be denied, the Victorians.
Garen Williams, long kick towards full forward. This is vital. It's about the 50-metre line. Players backing down there. And the free kick.
Phil Cronin.
Will go to Phil Cronin. Right on the 25-metre defensive line. Cronin goes wide out to the far side to Hardy. Hardy kicks it short in towards Rioli. These are the players that WA want to come good at the moment. Back to Rance. Oh, shocking kick.
No, that's all right.
Picked up by Blackwell. Blackwell has a high kick towards full forward. Zasto's battling. chance now for Taylor. He's wrong-footed. Gets onto his correct foot. He's in trouble. He's got no backup at all at the moment. Trying to do too much, and he's holding the ball.
He has got to give the hand passes out. And this is David Ackley with the ball now for Victoria. Not a lot offering for Ackley as he goes straight into the centre of the ground. That man was the target, and Merritt has taken it, but there has been a push.
That's a poor decision.
Bit doubtful, that one.
That's a very, very poor decision.
Leon Baker. Gee, Alan Daniels and Robert Wiley nearly got mixed up together. So Daniels has the ball forward of the centre for WA. Long raking torpedo punt kick, side bottom underneath it, knocked away by Hurt. Good defensive play by Hurt. Rioli has kept it in, is caught, called a play on. The hand pass, socket off the ground though, out of defence by Victoria. Clean bowls Robert Wiley. The hand pass comes out to Green. And Victoria out of trouble as they get it into the centre to Roger Merritt.
He's playing well at the moment, puts it out towards Johnston, and Johnston takes the mark. 50 metres out, boots it in towards full forward. Can Victoria hit the front? Gerard Healy says yes and takes a well-judged mark.
Well, Victoria a little bit unlucky there to get that ball taken off them in the centre of the ground when they were going forward. It was very, very hard decision. I know they said shepherding, but it was a little bit unrealistic, and most probably this is a fair result for them to be having a shot at goal at the start.
Gerard Healy's kick 25 metres out. Victoria could hit the front for the first time in the day. Yes, split the centre, and the 18th to Victoria.
It's amazing, Mel, how the Victorians get the ball on so quickly. They're playing on as soon as they take a mark from a free kick or anything. They just punt the ball along.
Beautiful use of the body by Gerard Healy then to get Cronin out of the road. And Victoria now at the 10-minute mark, 2 points in front.
Well, they've done their job so far. The selectors of Victoria and the Victorians have done themselves proud. They said they've picked a Dow side. It's an enormous effort to come from that far behind as they were during the game, even at half-time, even at three-quarter time. And they've done a great job today.
Agree with that.
Victoria, 2 points in front, 10 minutes into the final quarter. Can WA come back? Will Victoria consolidate? Merritt gets the tap. And Taylor underneath that to get a kick. Kevin Taylor. John Dorotich hoping to get the ball back to him in a hurry. Kevin Taylor undecided what to do. Now decides to go long. Glendenning's the target. They all flew. Glendenning emerges. Gets the hand pass to Wiley. Wiley inside 25 metres and WA are back in front.
Well, the pressure was back on WA then for the first time since the first bounce at the start of the first quarter, and well, that was really resounded well. It was a very good performance that, and now the pressure's back on Victoria now.
Yes, 3 goals to Robert Wiley, and repetition of last year, Steve.
Yes, let's start get you a bit edgy up here. I think Glendenning did very well there. He had against 3 Victorians and get the handball out very well.
Just on the 11-minute mark, 18-12 WA, 18-8 Victoria, 4 points the difference. What a great finish here at Subiaco Oval, and the 40,000-odd plus crowd loving every moment of it. Back in the centre, personally, Merritt is doing a tremendous job in the centre. Michael Tuck gives it to Dipdare Domenico, puts towards half forward, a disputed mark, play on. Picked up by Williams. He goes towards full forward. Well thumped away. Back it comes to Williams. 40 metres out. He's offline. And through for the minor score. Yes.
Gee, it's a nice tight old game at the moment. 12 minutes into the final quarter. Western Australia clinging to a 3-point lead. 18-12, 120 to 18-9, 117. And the 15-metre penalty for Gavin Carter brings him out to the 25-metre line. He's gone short to Dorotich. That could be trouble. As swooping on it is Bernie Evans. Evans is around. He's 30 metres out. The kick's coming back, but not enough. Oh, it hasn't gone out. Carter, an error. Dreadful stuff from Western Australia. Madden took it, hand passed it across to Williams, and Williams has put his side in front by 3 points.
What a go.
Didn't thump it enough, Mel. Let's have a look at it. Well, mistake there in the French. You can't make them at this stage of the game because we're just over the 12-minute mark.
Bob, hasn't Merritt made a big difference at the centre bounce downs? It looks like a very predetermined move, and so far it's been very successful.
Yes, probably been saving his first interstate game, and he's doing it well, the Essendon player. 19-9 Victoria, 18-12 Western Australia. Merritt again in there doing battle with Purser. Purser comes out with it. Instead of the ground, it comes towards full forward. Glendinning's battling. Rioli's in there. Comes it out to Wiley. Will he kick another one? Under the left foot. Oh, it hurts. Well, goal for goal. The fourth goal to Robert Wiley. And WA have hit the front.
Well, what a fantastic comeback again. It's real pressure cooker stuff here now. Exactly a replica of last year. The crowd are absolutely enthralled. There's roars and cheers every time players go near the ball. And, well, I don't know how these players are going to keep this pressure up. One's got to crack soon. It's just absolutely exciting stuff.
Unbelievable. 13 minutes into the final quarter. There's the score. 126 to 123. WA just in front as Merritt goes again. This is Tuck. Big long kick into the forward line. Williams getting underneath it. Madden. Oh, he hurt himself then. Johnston underneath that. On top is Hardy. Oh, gee, Simon Madden, didn't he get up?
Gosh, I thought he was a bird.
Have a look.
Look at him come over the top.
T.I., if it was you, we thought it was a crow.
And it was.
Gee, I hope he hasn't hurt himself too much then. As Green gets a clever tap out. Healy to Dipierre Domenico. He's 50 metres out. Long kick into the forward line. Madden! No! Well,
Nearly a mark.
2 points the difference. 19-10 to 19-12.
Well, Alan
Jeans can't believe it as Carter brings the ball into play.
looking for Peake and finding him.
Great kick, Gavin Carter.
Yes, it was. That was a 65-metre kick for sure as Peake kicks it back towards the centre. Looking for Glendenning. Rioli's got it. Passes it out to centre to Rance. I don't know what he's doing over here. He gives it back to Rioli.
Kick it.
Back it goes again to Malaxis. He kicks to the pocket. And well marked by Stephen Eck. Stephen Eck goes right across the ground. He's taken a risk. If it comes off, it has, and Bernie Evans has got it.
And off go Victoria. Loose men everywhere.
Where
Ablett's
are
on
we?
the right centre wing. Now Gary Ablett can run almost into the goals if he wants to. Pearce is closing. Ablett, beautiful long kick, sets it up high. Madden's there, knocked away from him. They're trying to come through. Dipierre Domenico, where is it going to break? It's not. Williams has kicked it into the post. Wow.
Traumatic.
1 point the difference. 19-12, 126 WA. 19-11, 125 Victoria. 15 minutes in as Carter again goes long. Victoria had all the height. Malaxis emerges. This is Kevin Taylor. Now he can have a run. Taylor is caught. Ducks 55 metres out. Long kick. Pert has read it well, but side bottom made sure that
Straight
it's
into that.
Pert's kick.
Well, that was...
Pert is going to get a kick in the right full-back pocket.
Yeah, Taylor, a great run there. I think he ran a little bit 5 metres too far and should have kicked it earlier, but the game's still on. 1 point the difference in favour of WA. Free kick. And it's going the way of the Vicks, I would say, at this moment. Roger Merritt. Dip there to Domenico, right centre wing. Dipper makes no mistake with it. Foxing around a little bit. Finally puts it down towards Johnston. And the ball's gone out of play on the half-forward flank.
Well, there's nothing in it at the 16.5-minute mark. 1 point the difference, 19-12 to 19-11.
Well, you pronounced his name before. I'm not going to even have a go at it, but Robert, he looks like a thoroughbred, doesn't he? He's definitely a 2,200 metre runner.
Tell you what, he can run.
I don't know what that kick was for, but anyway, WA have got it. Carter unloads a huge kick from half-back to half-forward. Wiley behind. Glendenning with pace. Left foot from Glendenning. It's coming back. Oh, I can't believe it. No. Oh, it couldn't have been.
That would have been a miracle.
No. Very close,
Sensation.
but it wasn't a goal. So Pert goes in short. Nobody near Merritt. Robert Wiley on the mark. 15 metres too. Merritt decides to go short. Number 18 is Stephen Eck. Victoria working the ball into their forward line.
Good mark.
Good mark to Murray Rance.
Oh, that's
Don't be silly. Rance doesn't quite know what to do with it. Now has to kick right foot. It's not a bad one either. is a natural left footer, and Brian Peake has it in the middle.
Centre of the ground, Brian Peake played a pretty good game. Boots along one to centre half forward. The next 5 minutes are going to tell the tale. Bazusto high in the air, can't get it. Rioli's got a chance.
To goal.
Gets it out to Baker. He steadies. Baker on the way. Full points to Western Australia. And that's, no, it's not. It's one point to Western Australia. 128 to 125, just on the 18-minute mark in the final quarter.
We've had our chances.
3 points the difference as the kick-in has been marked by Glendinning. Yes. We'll have a look at that again.
He'll goal this.
Here's the kick-in by Pert. Wouldn't have gone short at a situation like that. And Glendinning been paid the mark. 55 metres out. The kick's drifting across the face. The big men set. There's too many high flyers as Pert stayed down and now has nobody in front of him. He's out over the 50-metre line. Right half-back flank. Kicks towards right centre wing. It's a long one. Rants almost. Dorotich on the ground. In comes Ablett. He's caught. Scrambles a kick forward. Hardy doesn't hold that. Now he's got to work hard. Does so and does well. Gets the ball into the centre. That's Brian Peake. Peake gets a backhand pass to Malaxis, but what's going on?
Oh, it's got to go back.
Now, why would they take it back there?
Well, I don't know, but Hardy's going to take it again and boot it back to where he had it a few moments ago.
So it's into the centre.
Centre of the ground, Rioli's got it. Now it comes to flank to Daniels. Daniels has a long kick towards forward. There's nobody there for WA. Well, Wiley's got it. Wiley a chance. Give it to side, but a great play, Robert Wiley. And that's the 20th goal of WA.
Well done, Robert Wiley.
Well, I suppose the Victorian player thought he was going to get paid the mark on that occasion, and it was pretty good play by Wiley because he didn't interfere with him whatsoever, and it'll most probably be a point of contention, but it was a great piece of play, a magnificent individual piece of play.
What do you think, Steve?
Well, it's amazing how Maurice Rioli sets up the handball to the player running through.
So 20 minutes into the final quarter, WA 2014-134, Victoria 19-11, 125, and off they go. Dipier Domenico into the forward line. Long kick into the square. Madden sets and takes up Beauty.
He's a good player, this fellow.
Oh, he hurt himself when he went for that high flyer a while ago, but that's a superb mark. Superb grab off balance and all.
If he misses this, he'll be...
There'll be 3 points the difference if he gets this.
212 games for his team, Essendon.
Simon Madden, 25 metres out, directly in front. Left foot kick. No trouble at all. And Victoria 2011 to WA's 2014.
Well, it's truly a magnificent contest, and you know, irrespective of the result, both sides have been a credit. WA shot out of the blocks, as we've all seen it on the direct telecast here today. Magnificent. Victoria have showed terrific resilience and have just kept coming back. And at the moment, I think WA's crowd are having a big influence on their
performance. They may lift them over the ground. Do you think a tie would be a good result, Steve?
Yes, the players are very... There's no place out there for weakness at the moment. I think the crowd's getting their money's worth when they come to see the game like today.
They certainly have. 21-minute mark coming up. 134 West Australia, 131 Victoria. The next 5 minutes is vital. Great thump in the centre. And the kick is going back to Wayne Johnston.
Gee whiz.
Wayne Johnston, centre of the ground. It's a wobbly old kick. Hardy! What a great player this fellow's been. Brad Hardy on the half-back flank. Kicks it out to Holden. Remember, there's a 2 to Ireland for the player selected in the winning side. And Craig Holden steadying the game down. Kicking towards the right centre wing here at league headquarters in Perth. Players on both sides very tired, and Dipier Domenico takes another mark on the left centre wing.
Yeah, Robert Dipier Domenico has the ball on left centre wing. What's on offer? High kicks the order of the day. Madden down there, nearly took it. Madden recovers. Good hand pass out to Mew. Beautiful forward. The kick's not good. And gee, a goal then would have given Victoria the lead by 3 points.
The Victorians aren't covering as well as I'm sure Alan Jeans would like from the ball rebounding out of West Australia's backline at the moment.
WA 3 points in front, but Victoria with their best chance to score a goal. Left foot kick, was that Ablett? Yep. It was, and he's missed.
It's the
2
first one
points
he's
the
missed.
difference.
It's going to be a very short quarter, this quarter too.
2012 to 2014. 23 and a half minutes into the final quarter.
And there you saw Gary Ablett, who's been a great player. Gavin Carter, he's got to go long. Ooh, he goes long. Out towards the flank. And it's marked by Murray Ranks. Memberstein side. Centre of the ground. Oh, that's a great mark. Has it been paid? That's similar to Taylor's mark.
It is Taylor.
It is Taylor.
Yeah.
Mark he took previously and has been paid this time. And what a timely mark.
Tell you what, the umpire called him to play on, and then have a look at it.
Kevin Taylor. There's the mark. Towards the flank. Plenty of players in it. X one of them. Dip Bear Domenico takes it away again. He's still running, this fellow. Kicks it towards the flank. There he is, Gary Ablett. And Gary Ablett takes it away.
Next scoring shot could be the last.
Ablett trying to win the game from his own boot. That's a beautiful left foot kick. Again, Madden. Up with Carter! Oh, what a grab! Are we seeing a game of football as Carter goes out wide? The target there is Malaxis. Malaxis off to Brad Hardy, who's been a fine defender. Hardy goes in further towards the centre. The hand pass to Wiley.
Is it?
Wiley on the left foot. This is Leon Baker. Baker can run into the forward line. We're just about into the time on period. Baker goes short to Bazzasto.
Hasn't had many kicks, Peter Bazzasto. That's a vital one.
And he chips it into Blackwell. Blackwell steadies on the 50-metre line. Long kick. Has missed. Yes, it's missed. And so it's now 135 to 132.
Could have touched the post, that one. It was very close. I thought Bazzasto could have had a shot there, but he elected to give it to Blackwell.
Okay, Perth brings the ball into play and Victoria are up again. Peake puts the ball back into the forward line. Side bottom. Thumped away by Gary Pert once more.
I think WA at last have got it wrapped up. It's been a great quarter and a magnificent quarter of footy, and the Vicks are to be complimented, but I'm going to stick with this. I said all day that I think we'd win. I thought it'd be a bit easier than this.
Comment from Malcolm Brown as Rioli comes in, can't get his foot to the ball. Darren Williams has got it in the back pocket, boots it out towards the half-back flank, and he's put it out of play. Some tired players out there on both sides. Brian Peake will take it.
26-minute mark, isn't it?
Yes, no, just coming under the 25-minute mark.
135 to 132.
And there won't be much time on as Brian Peake kicks from about the 50-metre line. The Sandover medalist puts it into the square. There's plenty of players up. And it's punched through for another point. That's 4 points of difference in favour of Western Australia.
Let's see how quickly they try and play on, Bob.
So WA at 2016, 136. Victoria 2012, 132. Kick into play on a fine diving mark to Merritt. Merritt, a quick hand pass off to Green. Green puts it up high. Victoria a chance now through Ayres. Ayres a long kick into the forward line. And that player Healy had nowhere to go as Craig Holden clears back into the centre. Ackley from behind. A chance there for Victoria through 25. Turner, a high kick. Tutt, not paid. Ball to the ground. Purser.
Oh, throw.
And he's deemed that a throw, the umpire. And Michael Tuck to take the kick.
Well, you better hurry because this could be the last scoring opportunity.
4 points the difference. Tuck goes short. And it's a good kick to Green.
Bad defensive play there, Mal.
Yes.
Green can score from there because he'll only be 50 metres out and the breeze won't be a factor. They trail by 4 points, Victoria. Cannot be much time to go. Green's kick is off to the side. They're into the air. Madden, has he been paid? He hasn't. Craig Holden with the left foot around the boundary line. And Wayne Blackwell and Turner see that ball out of bounds.
Boy, was Wayne Blackwell pleased to see the boundary.
Gee whiz. 2016, 136 to 2012, 132.
And there's not many forwards in WA's forward line.
Taylor to Blackwell. Blackwell over Malaxis's head. This is Leon Baker. Baker goes into the middle of the ground. Daniels under that, but a great mark taken by Doug Hawkins.
Now it's got to come back.
Before.
I don't know, but it's got to come back at the centre of the ground. This could be the last chance. Gary Ayres is going to take it, I think, right in the middle of the ground.
Someone will have to take a mark.
Last forward thrust for Victoria. Craig Holden tries to emerge. In there as well as Johnston. Let's have a look. 28 minutes into the final quarter. WA 2016, 136. Victoria 2012, 132. The race on here between Ablett and Hardy. Hardy takes it towards the boundary line. That could be dangerous.
Oh, he couldn't play that, no.
But the umpire has said throw it in.
Two great players down there. Ablett and Hardy as a throw in on the left half forward flank. There's not much time left in this game. Australian Championships coming up to the winner. Wiley kicks it out, it goes to Pete. He's got no leads, he kicks it back to the centre. Glendinning's there, can't get it, dumped away. Dippy to Domenico, boots it back towards half forward. Rance is there. Oh, he can't get it out. Chris Mew can. Boots it towards the forward pocket, and there's a great mark to Wayne Johnston. Johnston is no, it's not, it's Gerard Healy. And he has already kicked 5.
He'll be king.
Yes, he could win the game for Victoria. He'll kick just inside the 50-metre line.
Real hard kick from there.
Pressure kick from Gerard Healy. Kicking towards the city end of the ground. He's kicked it across, I think. Big pack of players up there. Simon Madden. What's he done with it? He put it out of bounds on the fall. And the big crowd breathe again.
You cannot believe this game. It's 30 minutes into the final quarter. There is 4 points the difference. 136 to 132. And there are tired players on both sides as they desperately wait for the siren. It'll be Gavin Carter to bring it in for WA. And that's a lovely long kick. Way out. Knocked into the open spaces. Taken by Blackwell. Blackwell with the left foot up to half forward. It's over Danaher's head. Back they go. Off the ground for Western Australia by Taylor. Into their forward pocket. And going back for it is Pert. That's 31 minutes into the final quarter. 2016, 136 WA. 2012, 132 Victoria. Throw in. Side bottom. Taylor caught. Dropped the ball. Yes, he did. And it's Pert's kick.
There's too long, Kevin Taylor and Gary Pert, the young fullback, playing pretty well out there at the moment. He's got the kick between half-back. Oh, beautiful kick from Pert. Puts it right down towards the centre. Plenty of players up. And the back is Malaxis, the skipper. He's having trouble too. Gets his foot to the ball. Puts it up towards half-forward of Blackwell. Over it comes to Baker. He beats a long one. Glendinning's high in the air. Can't get it. He's still in it. Glendinning screws it back. He can't screw it back far enough, and the ball's gone out of play, and we're just on the 30.5-minute mark.
So it's in the left full-back pocket for Victoria, and it'll be Doug Hawkins to bring it back into play. Out to the 50-metre line. They set. Bususto comes down to Leon Baker. Baker, a high kick into the forward line. Side bottom in front, and the mark. The hand pass out to Daniels. This got sewn up. And Daniels has put it through. Kevin Taylor tapped it down to him. Daniels has stuck it through for Claremont. And I don't know, but at the 32-minute mark, with WA now leading 21-16, 142, 10 points in front. I reckon Taylor may have even marked that. There's the replay. Daniels has popped it through. And now Brownie, WA, 10 points ahead.
Well, side bottom, a great fly there, and Alan Daniels certainly picks up the crumbs. 142 to 132, but the big side's not over yet. It's Russell Green. No, it's not. It's Bernie Evans. Boots a long one. The watch ball forward. Looking for Merritt down there. Or Madden. And a bounce down to take place.
It's amazing. Kevin Taylor can't get a game in Melbourne, and every time he comes over here, he's involved in a goal wins the game.
Just on the 32-minute mark in the final quarter. Craig Holden. Wiley throwing himself on the ball. Picked up by Ablett. He spread it into wide full face. Kicked another one. That's his 8th. And a great snap, Gary Ablett.
Well, there's just not enough time now. I think that WA, very important goal, that last one, which Alan Daniels ran into an open goal. I really think the time has beat Victoria. Gallant, magnificent. Well, how many goals kicked for the quarter? About 6?
Forget it.
Yeah, 6 or 7.
21-16, 142 WA. There can't be much time. 21-12 Victoria. The chance for them through Tuck.